Welcome everybody into Baltimore, Maryland for this matchup of the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. The playoffs are here. We've already been through 1 week, and now we're into the divisional round, the AFC divisional round between the Houston Texans, the 4 seed, and the number 1 seed Baltimore Ravens in downtown Baltimore. And Ryan, this is going to be a good one. This has been a matchup we've been anticipating all week. Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, CJ Stroud versus Lamar Jackson. Winner gets to go to either Buffalo or Kansas City. If Houston wins and Baltimore they win, they keep
stay
on
home.
hosting.
Yep. Yeah, they'll stay home. They'll host one more game in this season. Going to be very exciting as we get to a couple of things. There's your playoff bracket. The teams in white moved on from in the first round. There's your in the center of the divisional round, and our game is right there, the 4:30 p.m. Today. Just about to start. Houston and Baltimore tonight. We'll have another game. Green Bay and San Francisco at 8:15. Tomorrow, 2 games. Tampa, Detroit at 3, and Kansas City, Buffalo to wrap it all up on Sunday early evening at 6:30. Going to be some interesting stuff there. Let's get some players that besides the quarterbacks that we need to talk about. First on the Houston side, Nico Collins, 89th overall in 2021 out of Michigan, has had an amazing season. Looking at stats right there. And last week against the Browns, continued that amazing season, 6 for 96 and a touchdown. What have you seen from the youngster Nico Collins and the Texans, especially working with a rookie quarterback?
Yeah, he's a speedster. He goes downfield and CJ Stroud can just put it on the, right to his lap and make the catch. He's been playing outstanding so far for Nico Collins and that Texans, receiver core. And, if Texans going to find a way to win this game, he's going to need to get involved on Nico Collins. And the Texans, CJ Stroud, it's going to be a big matchup. How is CJ Stroud going to fare against this Ravens defense? And, Ravens coming off the bye, of course. First round bye, they could be looking a little bit rusty. We'll see what happens with the coin toss and see who gets the ball first. And Baltimore wins the toss. I would not be surprised if they get the football first and want to, go down the field score right away. But
use the momentum, yeah. And exactly. On the other side for Baltimore, Isaiah Likely, the tight end for the Ravens that have stepped in due to Mark Andrews being out the majority of the season. He is still out today. He was not activated off IR, though he was nearly activated off IR. He almost was ready to play. 139th overall in the 2022 draft out of Coastal Carolina. There's some of his stats I know nothing compared to Nico Collins, but again, he's been really filling in for Mark Andrews, and Lamar's not really his main target, but it's something to really talk about, especially the Ravens have been without Mark Andrews, and they're still the number 1 seed.
Yeah, he's been stepping up Isaiah Likely. It's also been their defense also stepping up. I know offensively, Lamar Jackson, and also another thing to point out too is here you don't have I guess a whole bunch of running backs you can put down, but also the running backs have been playing a huge role for the Ravens so far this year, especially with Mark Andrews being out. I know he was practicing this week, but unfortunately was not able to go. Still out with that ankle, I believe. Ankle or knee injury or something.
Yep.
Somewhere around there.
Ankle, I believe. Yeah, but yeah, and like you mentioned, the running backs, J.K. Dobbins getting season-ending injury early enough in the season that they've had to run through running backs and everything. And man, it's going to be an interesting game. But let's take a look at the 2 quarterbacks. These have been the 2 players of the storyline for this entire matchup. CJ Stroud, the 2nd overall pick last season. Last draft at Ohio State. He led the Texans to the AFC South to AFC South champs. Beat the Indy Colts in Week 18 in Indy, and probably going to be the unanimous Rookie of the Year candidate. What a season for CJ Stroud. He has been their
dynamic player.
Yeah, everything the part that sets everything in motion. And so, how do the Texans utilize him today in Baltimore?
Well, if you look at this, you look like what the Texans have been doing the past 3 weeks. The Texans. This is like their 3rd Saturday in a row that they're playing. Because last week they played Saturday against Cleveland, and then the week before obviously they played Saturday night, and now they're playing Saturday 4:30 again. So Texans same amount of rest as everyone else, pretty much for them, for their standards. So. For the Houston Texans, this is going to be very key to get CJ Stroud. He played outstanding last week. I mean, if he gets beaten around today, so be it. He's a rookie. He was second
Right.
overall this
Right.
last. I guess
Yeah.
you can technically say last calendar year.
The last draft.
Yeah, but yeah, he's been outstanding the past couple of weeks, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens today against the Baltimore Ravens. And he's going to be key if they want to get an upset.
Yeah, I mean, it's been
A lot of rookies on that team. What a
Yeah,
difference a year makes.
such a young team, and look where they are right now. They're
Sorry for your coach there.
on the other side, it's Lamar Jackson, a veteran. He's been here before, but the problem is 32nd overall in the 2018 draft out of Louisville, led the Ravens to the 1 seed and an offensive surge by the Ravens in those final weeks down the stretch.
Yeah.
And his run game is his main game. But the problem with Lamar Jackson is the playoffs have not been kind to him. He's 1-3 with 3 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in playoff games. So what is the key to Lamar's success and Baltimore's success offensively? Because the Houston defense is also something to keep an eye on.
You mentioned the turnovers. I think that's key for Lamar Jackson for the win. And, and this is going to be the second, it's going to be the second time that he has the Baltimore Ravens have the 1 seed, and they're going to be playing against an AFC South team again.
Yeah.
Really, you can really say that because, Houston Texans, they somehow get in there and play the Ravens. So it's going to be fun to see. Lamar Jackson, they got to find their receivers early. I think Zay Flowers is a key to be a big factor in this game. Odell Beckham as well. Other people too. And obviously you mentioned the last slide with Isaiah Likely, but they got to need to get their rookie wide receiver Zay Flowers involved early too, and he's coming back from an injury too. He was injured last week, I believe, or injured during their bye week. So
Yep.
we'll have to see what happens.
About to get to kick off beautiful M&T Bank Stadium.
In snowy Baltimore,
in snowy Baltimore, yeah, it's been the East Coast has been getting a lot of snow lately, and we'll have to see if that impacts anything. I know the field conditions are gonna be chilly, but not as cold as Kansas City or Buffalo. Cold or anything. As we're about to get set to go, we'll see. We'll have coin toss in a minute, but we're gonna take a really quick break. And when we come back, it's coin toss and kickoff when we return in Baltimore on the Old Sportsmaster YouTube channel. We are set to go in Baltimore, just moments away from coin toss. They may or may not show. We'll see. But we'll see who gets the ball first. And like you mentioned, Ryan, Baltimore getting the ball first is big, especially if they can score first.
Yeah, they gotta get off to a fast start to get the when they win the coin toss. Another thing I want to point out: Will Anderson Jr. is going to be a big part of this Houston defense. He's been playing a big part all year. A lot of people are arguing he should be defensive rookie of the year, which is interesting. There, I guess he could be rookie of the year. I can't really think of anybody else off the top of my head.
That would be really funny if they had both of them, offensive and defensive rookie, both rookie of the years on the same team. That's probably been a long time, if ever that's ever happened. It probably has happened, but their first season, a rookie head coach, DeMeco Ryans, thank you. And again against a veteran, John Harbaugh, who's been here before. So 16th season as the Baltimore head coach. A lot of experience compared
almost the longest tenure now.
Yeah.
With everything going on.
Yeah, with all the coaching changes going on around the NFL. We'll have to see how everything plays out. But both coaches, doesn't seem like they're showing the coin toss. Looks like we're about to have kickoff of the game. And I will fix the ball on the scoreboard. Yep, Houston's going to get the ball first. That's a big thing for Houston, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's move this ball over to Houston. Houston gets the ball first.
The key for Houston, it's a key now for Houston now. You got to go down the field as the road team going into Baltimore. You got to score. Go ahead and score.
Right.
If you get a field goal, okay, that's fine. You still get points, but
get something.
Yeah, get something. Get something, I guess. And fourth down decisions by this head coach is going to be very crucial in this game, especially on the Houston side if they're trailing.
Tucker, one of the greatest kickers in possibly NFL history,
definitely in the Hall of Fame,
will kick it off. Yeah, he holds the longest field goal currently at 66 yards. He will kick off for the Ravens. Ravens in their purple jerseys and their
black pants.
Yep, and the Texans in their whites. So we shall see kickoff in. I want to count down. Yep, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Kickoff underway. It'll probably go back. Yep, back of the end zone, touchback. And the Texans will start from the 25-yard line. It'll be C.J. Stroud with the start. There's numbers from the wild card game: 76% completion rating, 274 passing yards, 3 TDs. What a game it was for C.J. Stroud in that wild card game against Cleveland.
Yeah, definitely. And I watched this game last Saturday. I was like, oh, is this going to be a high-scoring game?
Yeah.
I guess it ended up to be on the Houston
On one side it was, yeah.
I thought it was going to be back and forth, but then Cleveland started to throw the football all over the place. Started to throw turnovers and then, pick six and, game over. So we'll see what happens. And
First
give it off to Singletary, and he's not going to go anywhere.
He's not going to go anywhere. And right in there is Clowney.
Yeah.
Getting right in there. I believe former Texan as well.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, there's the Houston offense: Singletary, Collins, Woods, Schultz, and Jordan. Jordan
big game last week. Jordan.
That Houston line is going to be very important as well to protect C.J. Stroud throughout the game. We'll keep an eye on them. Leonard Tunzel, very important to that. C.J. Stroud will take it. Quick pass out to the outside and knocked away by the Ravens defense.
It's like Ronald Darby is with that pass breakup. He's trying to get it to Nico
3rd and 10,
which we talked about at the top of the live stream here.
See the replay of it. Quick little out route to Nico Collins and just a really good defensive play by the Ravens.
Yeah, Ronald Darby with that knockaway. It's going to be key for this Baltimore defense if they want to win this game and get that secondary press man. Looks like going to be playing on the receiver. So the Baltimore defense has been playing great all season long. And we'll see throughout the game. I mean, big third down here for Houston.
31 takeaways for the Ravens defense in the season. C.J. Stroud almost slipped. He's going to take off, and he's going to dive forward, and he's going to be short by 4 yards. It'll be 4th and 4 at their own 31. A dangerous play by C.J. Stroud on that dive forward as he gives himself up a little too much, but maybe trying to get a targeting call, maybe
latent hit and trying to get maybe blitz was coming.
Well, and the weird thing was the dive forward. I instead of sliding like a normal quarterback, he's going to go right in to it. Devin Duvernay is going to return for Baltimore on this punt. Cameron Johnston to punt for Houston, and the kick is up and away. And he maybe a little contact back there. Good kick. We're caught at the 13, Ravens 13, brought to the right around the 24-25 yard line with 13:31 to go in the first quarter. Lamar Jackson will take the field for the first time in Baltimore tonight, and he's going to be key to this game on the offensive side. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
In this game, as we mentioned.
And Baltimore, they're probably going to run here early, so probably some short yardage, and then third down. Second down long, maybe third down long, we'll see them start to pass. So interesting to see what happens with Baltimore scoring. It looks like I saw 28 points per game.
Yep. From their own 25-yard line, and I handed off to never mind. Lamar kept it himself, faked us out, and got about 5. As the first play is Lamar basically taking it himself a design run.
Yeah.
There's the Baltimore offense for you. Gus Edwards in at running back, Zay Flowers, Odell, Devin Duvernay, and Isaiah Likely, your main guys there. Of course, Lamar, and then that O-line again. Always important O-line, and especially with Lamar's going to run, he's going to need his own lineman to block. That's going to be very important.
Yeah, actually very important for this Ravens offense. Lamar's in shotgun now with looks like that's just
second and 6. Yep. And pressure coming. He's going to get the throw off, and a good play, good catch by, I believe, Zay Flowers.
Yep. And
for a first down, and about a 8-yard gain there for the Ravens.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big completion there on. Looks like I believe that was second down. It was second down.
Yeah, it was 2nd and 6, by the way. They 4-yard gain on the first one. And the pressure, I believe it was a blitz from the outside.
Yep.
And Zay Flowers left open. Little cut. That little cut to the outside caught the Texans cornerback off a little bit.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from their own 37. Looks like they're going to flip it. It will
Justice Hill.
And he'll get about a yard. Yep, he will. And 2nd and 9 with the clock running. Texans defense, we talked about Will Anderson being a big part on that outside. Are they going to try to attack the middle if they're going to run? Are they going to try to attack the middle, or do you think they're going to go on the outside?
I think they're going to go on the outside. Maybe some middle sometimes, but the Texans corner, they're going to try to defend that middle. So it should be very interesting to see what happens with that point.
Yeah, we'll get the score predictions in just a little bit.
Ask that?
Yep. As Lamar takes it and is pressure delivery, he's going to scramble and he's going to take it and go out of bounds right at the marker. I believe they're going to give it to him. He stepped right about out of bounds right at the marker. I believe a 9-yard pickup for Lamar.
Houston pass rush again, but terrific blocking by the Ravens offensive line. It allowed Lamar just to take off.
Blocking
exactly
by Hill right in that outside, letting Lamar get out of bounds without getting hit or anything there. Yeah, Lamar Jackson this season, 65 scrambles for 441 yards, both led the NFL. Not too surprising that his first instinct is to scramble. We know that's his kind of play style for this game. Lamar fakes the handoff, will get in shotgun, throws it across the middle, and caught by Odell as Beckham Jr. makes the catch for a 12-yard pickup and another first down for Baltimore.
Yeah, that's a rip for Lamar Jackson. He hit his man there. There was 3 Texans there, and Lamar still found a way to fit that one in. The Texans were playing, looked like they're trying to protect Lamar from running. Put a spy on him. And they left Odell Beckham wide open.
Right in the middle of the field,
yeah.
Yep. So 1st and 10 from the Houston 41. Lamar motion is across there, but he'll hand it off. Nope, he'll keep it himself.
What a tackle there.
Yeah, tries to evade a Houston defender. It's Harris for the Texans, and he's going to lose 2.
Yeah, what a great tackle by Harris there. And Lamar almost broke that one off when he got tripped up by the legs. Just perfect tackle. You got to tackle Lamar Jackson by the feet. You cannot tackle him right by the legs because he can easily slip past him. He almost did with the lead, but they got the
Another
second
extra swat, yeah. As we've seen in the past, Lamar, you got to tackle him by his feet because he will go down. We've seen that a lot in the past. Maybe that's a strategy there, but second and 12.
Action play.
Second and 12 from the 43, from Houston's 43, coming from behind.
Ooh.
And overthrew a little bit of Gus Edwards, who was coming out of the backfield. And he had a lot of pressure in there, so he had to try to squeeze it in and just couldn't get it. No pass interference called on the play. A little bit of contact, but I think it was a clean play.
It was. And now you got third and long here, so you're definitely into Justin Tucker's field goal range, obviously, here, with, sitting at the 40, so that would make it like a 58-yard field goal, I believe.
They're at the 40. Let's see.
Actually, now it's a 40.
It's 43. It's 43, so it's a long one. It's a 61-yard field goal. So get a couple yards at least to get into field goal range. There's a comeback play, and they're going to get at least definitely in the field goal range. They're going to be short of the first down marker. But let's see what John Harbaugh does here. It's 4th and 3. I would not be surprised at all if they go for it, they're going to bring out Justin Tucker. But let's look at this play again. Almost a false start on the near side, and Lamar got knocked down by Will Anderson right at the end of that play. But it did a nice play by the Ravens. A cutback worked, and now it's Justin Tucker's time to shine. 53-yard attempt for the Ravens kicker, and he will try to get it off. Let's see. Yep, kick is up, and it is right down the middle, and it is good. So they will take a 3-0 lead. I forgot to switch the ball to the Ravens, by the way. I'll leave it on Houston for now. They will take a 3-0 lead with 8:36 to go in the first quarter, and we'll take our first commercial break. Justin Tucker gets the Ravens on the board first. It's 3-0 Ravens with 8:36 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back on the Noel Sportsmaster YouTube channels. And coming up right before we get back to the game, we'll have our score predictions when we return on the Noel Sportsmaster YouTube channel. Welcome back to Baltimore. And as we return to the game, 8:36 to go in the first quarter. Right before we do get back to the game, though, let's hear your score prediction for this game. What do you think the final score is going to be?
Thanks for the question in the chat there. Hey, right now, well, actually, the field goal helps.
The field goal does help a lot.
The field goal does help to make my predictions a little bit more better. But I think this could be a hot back and forth game. I think Houston's going to answer with this, and Houston should answer. They should get a touch. They should get a touch about. I do think the Ravens are going to probably still run away with this and everything at the end. So I'm going right now 31-24 Baltimore with the win.
I'm going to say Houston win. I still think Houston can win this game.
They can easily win. I picked the Ravens to win, so I'm sticking with them.
I'm sticking with the Texans because I picked them to win as well.
I didn't listen to that.
Yeah, but I'm going with Texans 27-24.
Oh, there you go.
So Tucker will kick off again, and this one will go back of the end zone once again, and we'll have a touchback, and the Ravens will start from the Texans, will start from their own 25. Rookie QB and head coach to win a playoff game. Mark Sanchez. It hasn't been since Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan with the Jets in 2009. They lost in the AFC Championship game. And then 2008, funny enough, Joe Flacco and John Harbaugh. And John Harbaugh's rookie year with Joe Flacco, 2008, they lost in the AFC Championship game. And now it's D'Amico Ryans and C.J. Stroud from their own 25. That's where the Texans will take it. And by the way, Mitchell, or anybody in the chat, if you want to put your score predictions, and would love to hear them. Hope you guys are doing well. Play action from their own 25. Dish it off to
there you go.
Singletary. He'll get near the first down, and he will get right to the first down marker, a 10-yard pickup. And we'll dump off to Singletary and a first down. Good first down, because that will really continue to get the momentum going for Houston.
Yeah, definitely. And, C.J. Stroud, that's exactly what you have to do. Right after a field goal, don't go deep and don't, over pursue. Just dump right over the middle with Devin Singletary. He was wide open. He had a lot of space to go. I'm sure they must have had some deep kind of deep ball or something in that playbook early.
Yeah, we talked about the Ravens defense with the takeaways with 31, but their 60 sacks is tying a franchise record this season. So big, and they're going to try to hand it off to Singletary, and he's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but possibly even -1.
Bouquet, he's been having a big year for the Ravens.
Was the first one to get there.
He actually lost a yard there, Singletary did. So, it's great defensive pressure. Great defense by the Ravens. They were ready for that one right there. Right over the middle, and just took care of that. It looked like a little bit of slow snap by the center to C.J. Stroud.
Looks like the marker is at the 46.
35.
As it's
36, you would say.
I'm saying the first down markers at the 46, which is why he was at the 35 on that last play, and 2nd and 11, a little dump off, and it'll be 3rd and 8. I believe that was to Singletary again. He's going to get 3. I'm sorry, that's to Nico Collins. A little quick play that they just ran. 3 touchdowns allowed in the first quarter, fewest in the NFL. Ravens this season, 3 touchdowns total. I just processed that. That's very few.
That's nothing.
The first quarter is C.J. Stroud on 3rd and 8 trying to escape the pocket, downfield throw, and he caught it. What a catch by the Houston Texans. Singletary going down the field, and C.J. Stroud to get out of that pressure, and just a great play by Singletary. Singletary's out wide. He's
he got through enough down there.
And he beat his cornerback, basically.
I thought C.J. Stroud was throwing that ball out of bounds.
I definitely was, because it was 3rd down. So they were 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 36. We have a flag, and we have a false start on Houston. We'll see who it's on. John Hussey is the crew chief. Crew chief is a baseball term, but I think it's the same idea for football. But false start on the Texans. As that's not a good one. December 78, Tunsil, which we talked about a little bit earlier, being a key. Okay, so Mitch, you have the same score as me, just Baltimore winning, and I can totally see that. I could totally see a Justin Tucker game-winning field goal.
Yeah,
it's gonna be that kind of game. The 9.5 point spread is kind of silly.
I saw that. It was ridiculous.
Houston 1st and 15. A quick out route. And that's the Dalton Schultz, who's going to get about, let's see how much they give him. I think it was 7, 8, maybe. Second and medium, little
4
jarring, and 2nd and 6. Okay, it's going to be.
He must have stepped out about
9
early.
9-yard gain there for Dalton Schultz. A nice little quick out route for. It was 1st and 15. Yeah. But a nice little out route. And again, Baltimore getting through the Houston O-line. That's going to be a big problem for Houston. And C.J. Stroud continues, but he is 4 for 4 with 49 yards.
Because he's I know it's early, but he's I guess I don't want to compare them this early, but he's like Tom Brady, getting the ball out quickly. As a rookie quarterback, that's really, really impressive.
We had another Ravens blitz on that last play, and it got to C.J. Stroud right away, and he just threw it away. There's a chance that this might be intentional grounding. I think he should, because he just threw it away, and there was no receivers in the area, and plus he's still in the pocket. So this probably should be should be, and yeah, I think it should be. Yep,
they
there
are.
it is. An intentional grounding on CJ Stroud, and that's a bad thing for Houston because they're right now currently on the very edge of field goal range, and this penalty is going to lose their down and also knock them farther out of field goal range.
Yeah.
Jordan was the closest receiver. Let's see, he's definitely in the pocket. He gets here, but Jordan is right here, trying to block one of the Ravens.
Defender.
Yeah, trying to run at Stroud. Completely failed to do so as well, and then just nobody in the area. Plus, he's in the pocket. So bad penalty to take for the Texans, but sometimes you can't really do much about that.
Long.
3rd and 16 on the Baltimore 42, so you're out of field goal range basically, unless you have Justin Tucker as which the Ravens do. So I think you try to get as many yards as you can and get yourself in a field goal range. I think that's a good idea right now.
Like
and I believe actually, nope, it is on Houston. Will Anderson, is that?
No, he's a defensive player. So 77.
Silly me.
Fant. George Fant.
George Fant.
I know some of these players from playing Madden all the time.
See, that's helpful. That's helpful.
Even though I played
on the false start.
Older version of Madden. I play Madden 22 because I'm not paying $60 for just
my thing is like Madden 18. I had the latest one. Yep, a little movement, little confusion between the Houston offensive line. 5 yards back even more, which is worse for the Houston Texans right now. 3rd and 21 from the Baltimore 47. Now they need a lot of yards for even a field goal. And Stroud's going to get out of there. He's going to throw it up, and he's going to throw it just out of bounds as he was trying for. Let's see who he was trying for. I couldn't tell.
I believe it was
on the quick play. Probably was. It was a downfield pass. It was well past the first down marker. It was near the red zone. That pass was, and he was hit as he threw. It was being taken down as he threw. A good job to kind of take him down and then get off of him. So no roughing the passer call, because we've seen some very interesting roughing the passer calls happen.
If he would have just landed on him, that's a roughing the passer in 2024.
4th and 21 from the Baltimore 47. Houston's going to try to pin, and Baltimore's going to call a fair catch at their own 12. So we have just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and it's still 3-0 Baltimore, and they're going to get the ball back. After this quick commercial break, we'll be back on the Real Sports Master YouTube channel. Well, we're going to be back to Baltimore. As that's true. The 2024 national championship game, John Harbaugh surprised Jim Harbaugh, his brother, at the championship game.
And now he's supporting him here.
And now Jim is at the Ravens game. It would be, honestly, if the Ravens do somehow make it all the way through, it would be kind of cool because both brothers won a championship. That would be kind of cool, but we'll see how it has to happen. Baltimore starts from their own 13-yard line. 1st and 10, 5:02 to go in the first quarter. Lamar will hand off to Gus Edwards, who's going to get about 4. And it'll be 2nd and 6. A good run by Gus Edwards. I believe Will Anderson on the tackle.
It's Sheldon Rankins.
Okay, I will eventually get Will Anderson.
He's 51. If that helps.
51. Oh, I had him in my mind as in the 90s for number, but that's okay. So now I know 51. I'll keep an eye out for 51.
I think he's one of the linebacker.
Yeah, but 4.5 to go. 2nd and 6. Lamar has 2 wide, and I believe that's Isaiah Likely with the little motion.
Yeah,
play clock down to 2, and another handoff to Hill, I believe, and he's going to get, give or take, 4 or 5. Looks like 4, and it'll be or 3 even, and it'll be 3rd and 3 coming up for Baltimore. Yeah, there's the injured running backs. I mean, J.K. Dobbins in week 1 out for the entire season, a torn Achilles. Huge loss for the Ravens there. And then Keaton Mitchell, he tore his ACL in week 15, is out for the season as well. Keaton Mitchell definitely won't even return. Both of them probably won't return even for the playoffs.
Yeah, and, with that counter move with Keaton Mitchell getting injured, the Ravens did sign Dalvin Cook to their practice squad. So we'll see what happens with the Ravens. The play clock is going down. They
just got it off. Yeah, 3rd and 2. And Lamar's running backwards. As a flag is going to be a holding call. And almost caught it. Wow. Almost was a one-handed catch by Zay Flowers. Lamar somehow got that throw off. He was knocked down.
On top of that, maybe.
And we'll see what happens here. If we have 2 flags, that is disappointing for Houston, because if it's just the holding call, they're going to decline. So it looks like Simpson is going to get called for holding. Yep. And it is just the holding call on Simpson, the Ravens offensive lineman. And it'll be 4th down and 2. So the Ravens are going to have to punt it away with 3:28 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Houston declined that penalty. So he's going to move for them. I didn't realize it was that. It was going to be 4th down. So that's actually a good move for Houston.
Oh, yeah, because that forced them to punt. Jordan Stout to punt, Steven Sims to return. What a knockdown there. It should be a flag. The ball is out of bounds. There is going to be a flag on Baltimore, probably.
Good observation on that. I missed that part.
I saw both of them fall in the corner of the screen. And first it was a really bad kick from Jordan Stout. There's 3:20 to go in the first quarter. It's a really bad kick. They're trying to figure out where the ball placement is. And let's see what the flag is. I believe it's going to be on Baltimore. It's holding on the receiving team. It's holding on Chris Boyd for the Texans. Okay, never mind. I thought he was going to do another penalty. But we'll have a timeout. It's just right here. Okay, yeah, it was Houston that knocked the Baltimore guy over, even though the Baltimore guy seemed to get up without a problem and keep going. But we'll take a break. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Houston's going to get the ball back in relatively good field position, even though the penalty happened there. We'll be back on the Nola Sports Master YouTube channel. Welcome back to Baltimore. As 3:20 to go in the first quarter, Houston gets the ball back in their own zone. We'll see where on their own side of the field. We'll see where the actual spot was, because it was a really bad kick. So without the penalty, they would have gotten extremely good field position. And they still will. They're going to be on their own. Looks like 40 or 45 yard line. So they started on their own 45. Great field position for Houston. Even with the penalty, they would have been in Baltimore territory without the penalty. As they're going to hand it off to Singletary, and Singletary is still going to go nowhere, right back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all he's going to get. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, looks like
Houston.
David Clowney's there again, and this Ravens. We talked about we're going to keep on continue to talk about until they'll make a play. But this Ravens defense has been doing outstanding so far, especially their pass rush.
Stroud going quick. Now he's going to audible.
Or
at least try to we'll see what they do. But Stroud will jump there, nothing there, almost a hold on the outside as well. Stroud, there's third down field, and it came back, and Dalton Schultz dropped it. A wide open play, and Dalton Schultz dropped it. He beat both defenders that were right there, a cornerback and a safety, and Dalton Schultz drops in a catchable. Without a doubt, a catchable ball.
Yeah, you cannot drop that. He was wide open. If he would have caught that, he would have had a whole ton of space. He was open. He was calling for the ball.
He was calling for it, and he dropped it. Already focusing on what he's going to do when he
you got to catch that ball.
Frustrated Dalton Schultz there. I mean, that is an insane play. First down, the 20, 30 yards of stuff that you need. 1 for 3 on third downs is Houston. Quick throw to Nico Collins is Cedar Stroud. Nico Collins is going to try to use his speed, and he's going to get there. Let's see. Yep, they're going to give it to him a yard, basically half a yard past the first down marker, and it's a first down. And honestly, like, those play calls are like questionable, but when you have a guy like Nico Collins, like we talked about with the speed, it's kind of smart.
Yeah. Yep, very smart there. And looks like we're going to have a flag.
False start again on Houston. And Houston's penalties are going to not helping them at all. It could be because of the Baltimore crowd. Home field advantage is huge in these playoffs for any sport, but especially for football with snap count and everything. So it might be because of the Baltimore crowd.
Yeah, definitely. We don't have the sound on the games that we're watching because we don't want to have a copyright strike or anything like that.
Well, and last week, speaking of penalties, with Houston, they only had 3 in the entire game. That also could help, or could be because they already have 5 today. That also could be because in a lot of them are false starts. Again, they're not home. They're not have their own crowd as Stroud drops back across the middle, and he's got Dalton Schultz this time. He makes the catch right at the Baltimore 24-yard line, and a good play by the Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud finds Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, and he got redemption. He got redemption from the catch earlier.
I mean, he easily beat his cornerback, and I mean, Dalton Schultz getting open so far early on, and C.J. Stroud
big
already.
Catch from Dalton Schultz. He got the 29 by the way. He must have
29. At 29. I read it wrong. 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Quick little screen to, I believe it's Singletary, but it may not be, for a couple of yards. It is Singletary for probably about 3. For 2.
They marked him for 2.
For 2. So
hey, at least he did. This forward defense is attacking with this. Is attacking pretty much the front of the line of scrimmage, trying to keep on going after for CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
And by the way, this man that they're showing on TV, Bobby Slowick, he's going to get a head coaching job somewhere. There's no way in doubt that he does it. He's taking a rookie offense really into the playoffs, and you're in the divisional round.
I mean, good fake, couple fakes, and bob it around. He dropped it. Oh, it should have been a pick for the Ravens. It was tipped at the line. Hamilton bobbled it for a couple seconds and then dropped it. It should have been a pick without a question. And 2 fakes. They had a blitz coming up, tipped at the line by, I believe.
Looked like tipped twice.
Yeah, it was tipped like multiple times. 98, I believe. 14, it bounced on top of his helmet, back in his hands, and he couldn't control it.
Yeah.
And that's why he's not a wide receiver. I mean, can't catch. 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 8. Big break for Houston.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since they want to get points here. It's all CJ Stroud so far. It's in the CJ Stroud game that Houston's been leading. And
Houston from the 27, I believe it's another false start. Or we had a timeout from Houston. I think Houston had to burn one of their timeouts due to the play clock running down. Nope.
Oh no,
they got called for delay game here, and they're gonna go back 5 yards.
Yeah, this Houston penalty is getting ridiculous right now.
Yeah, I mean the penalties are not helping them at all. Not helpful, and not very happy is the Houston O-line about that. But the Baltimore crowd now trying to cheer on their defense. 3rd and 13 from
it's loud there.
With 40 seconds to go, 32-yard line of Baltimore's territory. So they are in field goal range. We'll see what happens here, but he can't be sacked. Scrambling out of the pocket. Stroud on the run. He's going to throw at Collins' feet, and incomplete. 4th and 13 with 33 seconds to go, and they're going to kick the field goal. I'm guessing it's a 50-yard field goal, give or take, from where they're at right now.
Coming favor, I believe, is their kicker. He's going to come out and kick a field goal.
See if the wind's against them or not, and that might be a play factor if there's wind at all.
Yeah.
Fairbairn.
Nice job.
Is their kicker.
The one field goal he misses this season is the one I have him on my fantasy team against Carolina.
That's funny, but 28 for 29 is really impressive. 50-yard field goal,
That's
and
easy.
It's going to be right down the middle, kind of a little bit to the left, but still pretty much right down the middle. And we are tied with 28 seconds to go in the first quarter. I'm assuming they're going to stay here.
Yeah, we got a good game here.
This way, a great game. Yeah, they're going to do a little split screen action.
30 seconds break.
Yeah, quick, because there's 28 seconds in the quarter, they're probably just gonna, but we will get to other game predictions, Mitch, and everybody else at halftime. If you stick around for the halftime show, we will get to Chiefs Bills. We'll get to Packers 49ers, which we're doing tonight.
Yep.
And we'll get to Lions and Bucks, but we'll get to all those predictions tonight. At halftime as well. And thank you. I like the Snickles too. LT Ford too much as well. But 28 seconds, Ravens getting the ball back. It's tied game at 3. So far, a little bit of a lower scoring game than maybe we would have thought. Neither team getting in the end zone so far. And both teams having the ball for 2 possessions. As Baltimore gets the ball back for their third. 28 seconds to go. Yep, at Fairburn, where we'll kick off for the Texans. And we'll see what happens here. Kickoff is off. And it looks like they're going to return. And he is from their own 7. And he's going to get down to right around the 25 anyway. So it wouldn't have mattered regardless. Good tackle from the Houston special teams. And now it's back to Lamar with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. Right, winding down time in this first quarter, almost 15 minutes into the game already.
Yeah, they're showing here at Lamar Jackson 2019 MVP. I wish I would be saying Christian McCaffrey, but unfortunately it's probably going to be going to Lamar Jackson. It's probably going to be
Lamar's not going to be the MVP again.
That's what
Lamar is not even close to the best quarterback right now.
I know. It should be going to some of the others.
Because it should be going to CMC. Without a question. Lamar's going to scramble on first down. He's going to go for a while, and he's going to be taken down right around their own 47, 48-yard line. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter, as that may or may not have been a design run, or Lamar just took off.
He just
took
off there.
But right up the middle, nobody in sight as he outraced a couple of the linebackers who took him down from behind. The Ravens ran a play where they cleared out everybody from the middle and gave Lamar a good 20 yards to run.
Yep. And it was all open. Ravens offensive line, they were playing outstanding so far too.
Right.
We'll take a break, I guess.
Quarter
ending.
Yep. We'll take a break, and we'll be back after the quick commercial break At the end of the first quarter, we're tied at 3 in Baltimore. Baltimore is the ball, 1st and 10 around midfield. We'll be back on the Real Sports Master YouTube channel. Welcome back to Baltimore. Start of the second quarter. It's 3-3, the score after one quarter. And Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens are moving down the field after Lamar took off for about 22, 23 yards. And that was a big play for Baltimore.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. That was a big play for Baltimore and get the momentum back to their side. Their defense has been playing outstanding so far in this game. And, we'll see what happens throughout the second quarter when we're about to get underway here in the second
Baltimore
quarter.
will have it from what it seems like from their own 46, 47 yard line. So it was a 22 from their own 47. So a 22-yard gain on that last play. 34 rush yards in total for Lamar. He's going to play action, and he's going to be kind of stuck, but a little throw to Gus Edwards, like a sidearm throw to Gus Edwards, who was behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get tackled. A very good tackle there as well.
They lost tackle.
Yep, they lost a yard on that play, and 2nd and 11.
Yeah, great throw by actually, I guess a good throw by Lamar, and they're replaying the last show. There's a lot of.
Again, the dive forward instead of the slide, but that's also Lamar. So
yeah.
But 2nd and 11 from their own 46. They lost a yard on that last play. Lamar will take it. Houston might be bringing in a blitz. We'll see. Right on the outside, yeah, they are. Houston's going to blitz, and he's going to get almost right in. Lamar throws across the middle, and right there is Zay Flowers for the catch right near the right sideline, and Zay Flowers broke free on that play, and he caught it for a first down.
Yeah, he was right along the sideline there. Houston was bringing in that pressure, but why are you playing man-on-man with Zay Flowers? I think another person should have been there for the Texans, but hey, I'm not a defensive coordinator, so that's why I'm not a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's a good throw from Lamar too. There's good spiral there. Zay Flowers, 2 receptions for 25 yards on 3 targets so far today. 1st and 10 from the Houston 37. Back in Houston territory again. As Lamar will hand it off, he will, to Gus Edwards, who's going to get about 9, as there was a little hole there, and he found it. And a good tackle there as well, again, from Houston, but 9 yards gained by Gus Edwards.
Yeah, and good game there. As this matchup, we've been watching this game. Zay Flowers, we obviously talked about, but we also talked about, we haven't really talked about Darren Stingley Jr.
Right.
The CB, I believe his college is Clemson.
Yes. It was.
Oh, wow.
2nd and 1 from the 28 of Baltimore. Of Houston, I should say. Another handoff, and Gus Edwards is not going to get it. 2nd and 1, only need 1 yard. A handoff to Gus Edwards, and a nice tackle from Collins. Not Nico Collins, but the other Collins on the Houston defense.
Collins,
yes.
I believe his name is.
A very nice wrap-up tackle. Either lost the yard or looks like they're going to went right back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 1, almost had too many men on the field for Houston. As Gus Edwards gets the first down this time. with a gain of about 7. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Houston 22.
Yeah, it doesn't matter now, but I was going to say maybe you should do a quarterback draw there or something like that. Maybe, fake play, one with Lamar up the middle or something like that.
Well, I mean, the run game has been working for Baltimore
anyway,
so far.
Regardless, it works.
I'd have gotten to the 21 there as well. If you have 58-6 in favor of the Ravens for rushing yards from the Houston 22 now. Lamar is by himself back there, and he will snap it. Quick throw and a good tackle. I believe that's Isaiah Likely getting his first.
No, it's not Isaiah Likely. That's someone else. I believe it's one of their backup
tight ends. A quick throw. Houston Carson on the tackle. About a 4 or 5 yard gain there for Baltimore. Quick throw. Smart play on that one. Just snap it. Quick throw. There's Mark Andrews on the sideline, trying to help his fellow tight ends out in his team. Waiting and watching. It was a 5 yard gain on that play. 2nd and 5 for Baltimore from the Houston 17 in the red zone. And we'll see what Lamar's doing. Almost a false start there. Handoff to Hill, and Hill's going to get nothing.
Maybe a yard.
He's going to get maybe a yard. We'll see what they give him, because he was in between.
They gave nothing.
He was in between that. The line of scrimmage was in between the yard, the 17 and 16 yard line, or 18 17 yard line, but he might have gotten a yard, basically half a yard on that last play. Good tackle again from Houston. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 17. Lamar's going to scramble again. He's going to have a couple blockers. He's going to try to bulldoze his way into the end zone, knocks himself down at the 2 yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal for Baltimore. Again, Houston creating pressure, but it's all coming from the outside, giving Lamar a huge hole and a good block there. Lamar kind of could have ran left. Exactly. Went left and went probably into the end zone.
That's why I said goodbye, because I said, well, he's going to be in.
10-minute. We're just hitting the 10-minute mark of the second quarter, just under 10 to go. 1st and 10 from the 2. They're going to try to run it with Gus Edwards. He's going to get nowhere, and maybe even he'll lose a yard. Yes, he will. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. Good job by the Texans defense to bear down and stop the run.
Yeah, this could be 4 down territory here for the Ravens. I don't think they're going to be going.
Very doubtful, especially since they're at the 3 yard line currently.
Right.
Meaning they're probably, if it does become 4th down, that might be from the 1.
Right.
So we shall see. 2nd and goal from the 3.
They'll probably
Current drive is 10 plays, 73 yards. Yep. So 1st and goal from the 3. We'll play action. Quick pass and wide open is
Nelson Aguilar in that case.
Aguilar, yep. And the Ravens are the first ones to get in the end zone. It's 9-3. Baltimore with 9:14 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, what a drive. 11 plays, 76 yards. It took off over 6 minutes.
Just over 6 minutes of clock. Yeah, a lot of the clock there. Ever since first play of the last play of the first quarter, which was Lamar's 22-yard run.
Aguilar you can't stop Lamar Jackson here in the Houston Texans. You just can't stop him so far. As Justin Tucker is going to be here to tack on
the extra point. Yep. Coming from the side, and it is good. 10-3. Tried the little trick play that I believe New England did against Miami that 1 week. A little quick pass to Aguilar, and the Ravens are on the board first with at least a touchdown. And now it's 10-3. Baltimore leads 9:14 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back on the Road Sports Master YouTube channel. Reminder, tonight we are also streaming the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. What a game that's going to be. The 7 seed versus the 1 seed. First time the 7 seed has ever won a playoff game. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Green Bay Packers can continue.
And the 49ers have had their number in the past.
Yep, they have. So
playoffs.
We'll see. Well, again, predictions coming up at halftime of what we think is going to happen the rest of this weekend and the rest of the game, of course, with recap and a lot of stuff coming up at the half. 9:14 to go in the second quarter. Baltimore just scored a touchdown to take a 10-3 lead in this game, and now Justin Tucker will kick it off again back to Houston. Houston gets the ball, and C.J. Stroud probably has to go down and score a touchdown to answer.
Mm-hmm.
It would be really important for them to do that right now, unless the Houston defense can get something on the other side. Tucker kicks off, and return from the 2 is Houston. And he's going to keep going, but he's going to be knocked down at about the 24-yard line. So that's where Houston will start.
I believe it's
Steven Sims. Yep, it's Steven Sims with the return. 1st and 10 with 9:10 to go in the second quarter. For Houston, they'll take it from their own 23-24-yard line, right around there. And we'll see what they can do with it. Yeah, from their own 24, this overhead shot of M&T in the Houston Texans offense. So 24-yard line, and C.J. Stroud, 7-13, 82 yards tonight so far. Handoff, almost a trick play, but Singletary is going to keep going with the ball. Gets to the outside, he's going to get about 7, and it'll be 2nd and 3. Good play. That little fake pump was enough to throw off a couple Raven defenders and get Singletary to the outside.
Yeah, he picked up 7 yards there. Some of the Ravens were on a holding call, it looks like, on the Texans. I didn't really see much to be calling a holding penalty, but hey, I'm not the Ravens. But maybe we'll see a replay probably later on social media if there's a problem. But
2nd and 3 from their own 31-yard line. And another run play or something like that, but a little dish off to Singletary again, and he's going to they're going to mark him short.
Okay,
which is kind of a bad spot. Singletary not really happy about it. Maybe him, the ref, having a little laugh about it, but looks like they're going to only give him 2 on that. A little broken play for Houston, but they got 2 yards out of it, so it's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, maybe defense is trying. Oh, here we go.
Quick play. Singletary will dish it off, but he's not going to get it. As a good tackle from behind. Is that Justin Simmons or
Justin Houston? I believe it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And it's 4th down. And they have to punt. They're in their own territory. They can't go for it.
True.
They're too deep. They're too deep in their own territory. They have to punt this side. You're at your own 32-yard line. You can't go for it. It's too early. And really good tackle from behind on Singletary to go there. I would have done something other than just a simple run because that was pretty.
I like that call.
That was pretty expected to happen. Duvernay back to return on Johnson's punt. Johnson had a very good punt the first time he was out there, and this one's going to land right around the 21, 22-yard line of Baltimore territory where Duvernay will fair catch. And Baltimore's offense coming back out on the field with 7:21 to go in the second quarter. Ryan, what have you seen so far from – we're going to stay right here, and they're going to a quick commercial break. What have you seen so far from both of these teams, and what adjustments do you think both have to make? I know if Baltimore scores, get some points on the board on their next drive, that's going to be huge for Baltimore.
Yep, and for Baltimore, it's been their pass rush. Their pass rush has been all over the place. And Houston's been trying to find a way around it, but right now it's not really been working for Houston. Whatever they're, they got to do better block on their offensive line. It's been too much Ravens looking like the better team so far. And that drop earlier from Dalton, or almost called him Dalton Knox, but Dalton Schultz, he's been, it's a bad drop early. I know he made up for the play right afterwards, but still, bad drop. You cannot make those kind of drops against the Baltimore Ravens, especially if you want to pull off the upset. So, Houston, they gotta find a way to stop the Baltimore pass rush. And try to get the first down. I don't really like the play calling so far
Mhm.
from the Houston Texans, especially on fourth down. Or I'm sorry, third down.
Third down. Yep. Third down. Yeah. So far, let's see how it all plays.
And for Baltimore, just keep on doing what you're doing with Lamar Jackson. He's getting a lot of open space over the middle to get running, and he's doing that so far, and that's why the Ravens are winning.
Right.
The score where we're at.
Right. 7:21 to go in the second quarter. We're waiting for the game to come back off of commercial break. Went into a full commercial. Didn't seem like they were going to go into a full commercial, especially only 2 minutes off the game clock, but they ended up doing so. Full media timeout per se.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just waiting for commercial to come back. But so far, again, Lamar Jackson has been the problem for the Houston defense. They need to find a way to stop him. And honestly, Gus Edwards has had a couple of good runs that they're showing the last drive from Baltimore.
And by the way, the key for this game for me was Baltimore don't get into a slow start. They haven't even shown any rust as of yet. So
yes. No, they haven't. They seem like they're ready to go
play
today.
Yeah.
So that was very important. It's true after the 14 days of rest that they had.
A long time, really.
That is a long time. Yeah. So Lamar is 4 for 4. He was 4 for 4 and 23 yards, 4 first downs and 38 rushing 8 yards on their last drive. Yep. From their own 22 with 7:21 to go in the second quarter, Baltimore will take him. Lamar will get the snap, and he's going to be brought down as he's going to lose about 7 on that play as the pocket collapsed, and he just couldn't get out of it that time. Good job by Heinisch, or however you want to say it. Heinisch. And getting in there.
Yeah, the pressure was on for Houston. He got through the offensive line. He got through Ronnie Stanley, actually. That's exactly what Houston needs. They need some kind of sack or turnover, something like that, or at least a stop on this drive.
When we talked about Baltimore's sack record at 60, Houston had their own franchise sack record at 46. So both defenses very good at getting quarterbacks and a lot of missed tackles there. Justin Hill was trying to run the ball, and he's going to pick up about 4, get back to the 20-yard line, maybe 5, back to the 21-ish. It'll be third down and long. It'll be third and 11, I believe, for third and 11 for Baltimore.
Yeah, pick up a 5 there, and for Houston, you got to make that tackle in the backfield. I know it's still third and long or whatsoever, but you cannot make those missed tackles like that.
Yeah,
can't do that.
100%. So from their own 21, I believe Zay Flowers almost lined up offside, but he backed up just in case. And
we got some
offside, false start. Let's see which team jumped. It seemed like almost seemed like Houston jumped offside, which caused Baltimore to false start. So we'll have to see what they're called. Yeah, they're going to call offside on Houston. Another bad penalty for Houston to take.
Yep, cannot be making these penalties for Houston. I mean, it's ridiculous. This is like their 4th penalty. What is it?
Oh, it's like 7th. It's like 7th or 8th.
Yeah, I'll check that.
Double check.
Regardless, I'll check that. But
number 25 decided to walk across the line of scrimmage and forgot that.
Oh, you're right.
There you go. 7
for
45 yards. Baltimore has not had a penalty yet. That's very important to note as well. But now it's 3rd and 6, which is much easier than 3rd and 11 from their own 26-yard line. This time, we're going to go right back to 3rd and 11 as a false start on Baltimore right on the outside, right there. I believe the left is it tackle or guard that's on the outside?
I believe it's the left guard.
Left guard, yeah. We'll see who it is in a second. They're not going to show them. They're just going to show the huddle. But there you go. Right here, right on the outside. Is it everybody but the center? That's always a fun call. Yep. I mean, technically, yes, it's everybody but the center, but the first one to jump was the left guard.
Yeah.
There. But now we're back to 3rd and 11, so no harm, no foul for Houston's penalty. And just like that, Baltimore takes their first penalty of the game as Houston's trying to get in. A couple of missed tackles on Lamar. Lamar's going to try to run, and he's going to be wrapped up by the Texans, and he's going to get maybe a yard on that. Back, basically at the line of scrimmage.
Pretty sure that
it's Harris again.
I thought it was going to be Desmond King with that tackle, but hey, good job by Harris.
Big tackle for Houston on that play because they missed a couple on that one and could have brought him back even farther. Right there was the major one that they missed, but here comes Harris right there. Great tackle.
That's exactly what you have to do. You have to wrap him up. You cannot go by the legs because Baltimore's going to break out of it.
Kick this up for Jordan Stout again and caught at their own 32. He's going to return. He's going to get some good yardage. He's breaking free down the 30, the 20, the 10. He's going to walk in. We're tie game in Baltimore. Tie game in Baltimore. 10-10, punt return. And this is how Buffalo turned it around on Week 18 in Miami. Let's see if Houston can use their special teams to turn it around.
Yeah, Steven Sims, 67-yard punt return. Hopefully we're tied. You're about to jinx it again with that extra point.
Oh, my. Yeah. Okay, we're not going to jinx it. It's fine. But we're nearly tied. With the extra point, would be tied. But a couple missed tackles. He ran right through the middle. Some really good blocking. There were no flags. And dances right all the way into the end zone. Steve Sims, what a return.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what Houston needed. You need a punt return. You need
That's
some
huge.
kind of turnover. And you did not jinx it.
Extra points right down the middle. Did not jinx it. We're tied at 10 with 4:17 to go in the second quarter. Steven Sims ties the game up for Houston. We'll be right back on the Noel Sportsmaster YouTube channel. We'll be back to Baltimore. Beautiful downtown Baltimore. Good flyover shot on the broadcast that they're showing. It's getting to nighttime.
Yeah.
Getting closer to nighttime. It could have been. But it's probably almost dark, and it's probably pretty close to true in Baltimore. There as the Texans tie the game with Steven Sims, a punt return. And
special teams getting it done for the Houston Texans. That's exactly what they needed. After the defensive stop and the good tackle on Lamar earlier by Harris, Houston needed that. That is massive to get that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see what happens now coming out of this because now Houston has a lot of momentum. Now the Houston defense, after getting a stop last drive. Now let's see what they can do again. The Ravens will start from the 25-yard line after the touchback. 4:17 to go on the clock. So we'll see if Baltimore uses a lot of that clock to get down the field, if they can get down the field, or if, let's say, they have to turn the ball over back to Houston, as they'll start off with a run, and Edwards is going to go. Yep, that's Edwards. He's going to go almost nowhere, but he's going to get two, right around 2, and it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 27.
Yeah, and we'll see how the Rays respond off that kick return and see how the offense does. But yeah, it's interesting. And right, man, the Houston defense, they can make another stop here. That'll be huge for themselves. But
Yep.
I'm waiting for a response from the Ravens.
Well, the big thing is C.J. Stroud and the Texans offense has played well, but the defense and the special teams have played very well. Defense last week had 2 pick sixes. As Lamar's in trouble, he's going backwards and he's going to throw it away, definitely out of the pocket there. And it'll be incomplete, 3rd and 7. He was about to be sacked for 20 yards. That's what I don't understand, especially about Lamar.
Really bad. I don't understand that.
Lamar and Tua showed it like a lot of quarterbacks have shown where they just keep going backwards. They don't realize that.
Jalen Hurts did that last week. It took a safety sack.
Yes. If they don't realize that if they keep going backward, it's actually worse. Yeah. Just I get to try to throw the ball away, and Lamar is very, he can get out of situations like that, but 3rd and 7 from the 28, from their own 28, another 3rd down. They're 2 for 5 on 3rd downs, and the average yards to go is 6.2. As Houston's going to bring in a blitz, it looks like. And across the middle, almost picked. It was tipped by, I believe, Zay Flowers, up in the air and just out of the reach. Just out of the reach of Derek Stingley. And it'll be 4th down, and Baltimore's going to have to punt it again. Another big stop from the Houston defense.
Yeah, that is huge for Houston. And all the momentum right now is riding on Houston. The Houston Texans are riding on the underdog mentality of why not us. And that's exactly what you need for Houston. Let's see how this offense responds with 3:26 left to play.
I would say that's more the Packers mentality.
That is true.
Than any other team.
This season, they've been riding the mentality of why not.
Oh, yeah, 100%. As the ball, the punt goes out of bounds with 3:19 to go in the second quarter at the Houston 25-ish. And they're going to go to commercial break. We're going to stay right here as I fix the score. What do you want to see Houston do on this drive? Only a minute, 58 seconds off the clock for them. And so they have 3:19 to play around with and try to get some kind of points, Ryan.
Right. And I think you got to do what you do best, is to throw the ball to Nico Collins. I know Baltimore's deep pass rush, he's played really well today, so I don't think you should really run the ball really much unless, unless something's going, unless there's a hole wide open, maybe, or something like that. But
right.
Houston, keep doing what you do best. Go to the receivers, go downfield, and do what you do best, and we'll see what happens. And how does the Ravens, counter attack that?
How should the Ravens counterattack? Well, keep doing what you're doing on defense, because it hasn't really, the Houston offense hasn't been able to really do anything as of yet. I mean, they had the one good drive, but try to force Houston to take penalties. Again, the Baltimore crowd has been very impactful in that way, but also try to force penalties that happen, because Houston has been taking a lot of penalties, and it's hurt them, knocked them out of field goal range once, and also just in general kept pushing it back, has killed momentum. Houston has a lot of momentum right now, so Baltimore's got to try to figure a way to stop that, use their crowd and everything. Right. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. But I think that's how Baltimore counters with that. I also think if they can get the stop quick enough, maybe they might have enough time on the clock, right around the 2-minute warning, like a 2-minute drive right before the half, if Baltimore can get the ball back. Unless Houston uses up that entire time to get down the field, that might be the case too. Neither team has used a timeout yet. We're back in Baltimore. They're just showing the upcoming schedule for the NFL divisional round of the playoffs. Can't believe we're already here at the divisional
this
round.
is the best weekend of the NFL
It's
season,
been
really.
it's been a long season. It's been a really good season, and we're at the divisional round. We're in the final stretch of the NFL season, the final month of the NFL season. Houston starts from their own 27-yard line, 3:19 to go, and CJ Stroud will play action and is going to spin out of the pocket, throws downfield and trying to find Singletary, and he kind of threw it partially out of bounds and behind Singletary, and it'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10. That will help Baltimore a lot. Kimberly Stroud, CJ's mom, is in the crowd, is right in the middle of all those Baltimore fans, which is kind of funny.
I don't even think she's even wearing any Houston Texans gear.
I don't think so, but or maybe underneath the big fur coat that she has on.
Right.
But from their own 27-yard line, 2nd and 10, with 3:12 to go in the second quarter, CJ Stroud will put a screen pass, and trying to get some yards is Texans receiver. Can't see who it is, number 19, about 2 yards maybe on that. Yeah, 2 yards, 3rd and 8. It'll be for Houston.
Yeah, it's a nice down ball pass. He could have lost some yards, but he broke some tackles. I mean, that's a good play there.
Just to create something out of nothing, basically. He breaks one tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and then the final one breaks even almost broke a 3rd one here. But it's 3rd and 8, and again, not much time off the clock. 2 for 6 on 3rd downs, with an average of 10.5 for the Texans to go so far. 2:20 go, and they're trying to.
We got false starts.
They were trying to have the Ravens jump offside, and one of the linemen jumped just before the play clock also ended as well, with 1 second on the play clock left. But it's a false start, and it'll push them back 5 more yards.
Yeah, just a tough penalty to take there. It's on Jason Scruggs.
2 Scruggs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Some of the Baltimore faithful. But yeah, right there, right.
This is like their 8th penalty of the game, right?
Yeah, that's their 8th penalty of the game for 50 yards, I believe. 3rd and 13 from their own 24. Not very helpful was that penalty.
And
they might actually bring us down to the 2-minute warning. We'll see what they're going to do here. Maybe trying to make them jump offside. Yep, that'll go down to the 2-minute warning. So with the 2-minute warning,
all 3 timeouts were made with
both teams. Both teams. We're tied at 10. Houston has a big 3rd down coming up. So do the Ravens on the defensive side. It's tied at 10 at the 2-minute warning of the first half when we come back on the North Sportsmaster YouTube channel. We'll be back to Baltimore as here we go. Again, halftime show coming up for us. We'll talk about the upcoming games. We'll recap this game, and we'll
show you predictions.
We'll talk about the entire NFL divisional round. 2 minutes to go. 2-minute warning. It's 3rd and 13 for Houston at their own 24-yard line, and a big third down for both sides. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go. 3rd and 13. Ravens, reminder, will receive the second half kickoff. That's big if Baltimore gets the ball back and gets some points on the board before halftime. Stroud across the middle had a lot of time. Finds Nico Collins. And a big gain all the way out to the Baltimore 47-yard line. Clock is moving, reminder, and they have all 3 timeouts, though. We're not going to use any of them yet. And a big gain there at about 28 yards.
Yeah, big catch by Nico Collins. What a play there by C.J. Stroud. Just threading the needle and throwing him right into the lap of Nico Collins.
Right in between 3 Ravens. From the Baltimore 47, 1st and 10, big one there. They did use a lot of time off there on that one. Here's a quick throw. Again to Nico Collins, and he's going to fight his way down to the 30-yard line. There's Stroud's mom, very happy for him.
I saw the way that stand behind him. He's like, get me away
from
there.
Down to the 31 of Baltimore territory. This is huge for Houston because now Baltimore really doesn't really have a chance to really get on the board right now with the clock winding. Well, yeah, but with the clock winding down, 50 seconds to go. 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 31. They're going to hand it off to Singletary. Singletary's going to get to the outside, get out of bounds for about 3 yards. It looks like they're going to mark him for 2, but 46 seconds left on the clock. And it'll be 2nd and 8 at the Baltimore 29.
Yeah, how about Houston? Coming right out of the 2-minute warning and out of all the penalties that happened to them with a false start, I believe it was on them earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, he's coming out at 3rd and long. You throw it right to your big name player, Nico Collins. I mean, how about Houston stepping up huge in this divisional round so far?
Yes.
And having all the momentum right now.
Right. So 2nd and 8 from the 29. Play clock winding down. They got it off. So you try to escape the pocket. He's going to dish it off. He overthrew Woods. And it'll be 3rd down. It was going to be a tough throw to make anyway. But it'll be 3rd down and 8 with 40 seconds to go in the half. Again, they're well within field goal range. So that's a good thing. I shouldn't say well within, as long as a sack doesn't happen. Anything. Actually, it wasn't even that far off of a throw. It was overthrown, no doubt, but Woods did get a tip of it. So there was a chance at that for it. 3rd and 8, 40 seconds to go. Texans are 3 for 7 on 3rd downs with the average yards of 10.9 to go now. But it's 3rd and 8, and Houston's going to use their first timeout, which is smart to try to draw up a play here. D'Amico Ryan's calling his first timeout. And 40 seconds to go in the half. Texans have 2 more remaining. And what do you think the Texans are going to do on this 3rd down? What would you do for play calling here?
How many yards is it?
8.
8? Oh, you got to throw it. You're probably going to throw it again to Nico Collins. And then Ravens are probably going to expect that, so they're going to try to play man on him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you got to get the first down. Maybe you see CJ start running on this play, and there's nothing going right for him.
Right. We shall see what happens. There's the yards, 146 to 128 in favor of Houston. Houston has worked their way down the field once again. So 3rd and 8 from the Baltimore 29
they're playing
yard line.
Everyone pretty much.
Here comes a blitz from Baltimore, and a quick throw. It's underthrew to Robert Woods, and incomplete, and they're going to have to kick the field goal. 37 seconds to go, which gives Baltimore maybe enough time, but maybe Baltimore might just take it to half. I would take it to half since they get the ball to start the second half.
That is true, but you also have Justin Tucker, so
maybe try, and you have all 3 timeouts. So maybe,
exactly.
I mean, you're gonna have 30.
And it depends what happens on this field goal. You miss it,
you miss it, and Baltimore gets much better field position than they would on a kickoff.
Right.
So, but it's a 47-yard attempt for Fairburn. He's already 1 for 1 today, and he kicks it, and it is no good. Off to the right, and a bad miss from the Texans. That might cost them some points, because now 32 seconds left to go for Baltimore. There goes their momentum, 1.
Yeah.
And 2, Baltimore is going to get good field position with 32 seconds left, inches right of that goalpost. And D'Amico Ryans looks on in a little frustration as well. Disappointment, frustration, not very happy with how that happened. They're going to go to commercial break. Of course, they're going to go to commercial. They go to commercial break like every time.
Exactly. This is why I'd rather do streaming and watch the NFL sometimes.
Yeah. But 32 seconds to go in the half. We're going to stay right here. Coming up for us is our halftime show. A little bit of a halftime show. We'll talk about the predictions for the rest of the weekend. We'll talk about recap the first half and preview the second half. That's what's coming up for us on the No Sports Master YouTube halftime show as well. Some good stuff coming up as well. So we shall see how it all plays out. Waiting on ESPN to come back from commercial, basically. 32 seconds. What do you think? Ravens will have it at, I believe, their own 37-yard line.
It might be even the 40.
What do you think? It's
okay.
Yeah. I don't know how they do. I believe it's where
the snap is.
Where the if it's where the snap is, it's just where Houston had the ball. But I believe it's where the holder is.
Okay.
Where the kick is technically from on the field. So I believe they're going to have it at their own 37. But what do you think Baltimore does with these 32 seconds?
Well, first of all, you got to get the ball to the sidelines. Well, I know you have 3 timeouts.
You have 3 timeouts, so you don't even have to worry about that.
You don't have to do that, but I think get it to Jay Flowers, get it to Odell Beckham. Maybe you want to play like one right up the middle with Lamar, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things that can happen for Baltimore. And if you really get into midfield, you can get a field goal technically from Justin Tucker. So technically, you get 10 yards, you got a field goal technically right there.
Right. We shall see. Fairbairn, they're kind of disappointed, frustrated, probably with themselves very much on that kick. 47-yard field goal from the left hash, and he missed it to the right, just inches to the right. But the Texans don't get anything out of that. That's huge for Houston, and they will have it. Baltimore will have it from their own 37-yard line with 32 seconds to go. 3 and out on the last 2 drives for Baltimore. That's very important to note as well. And we'll see what they do with it. Lamar takes it and is going to hold almost quick pressure. And Lamar is going to be brought down.
That's big.
And that's a huge sack. They might just take this to the half. They won't. Will Houston call timeout? That would be interesting. I don't see why they would. They wouldn't be anything. Nope. Looks like Baltimore probably called a timeout here with 24 seconds to go. But that's huge to get through to Lamar Jackson there.
Yeah, especially since if you don't want any points, that you got to get Lamar Jackson. And, there's a spy on him. Look at that up there. They were ready for him to run.
They were ready for him to run. They were ready for it. And that's a really good play call defensively from the Texans there.
Yeah, definitely.
2nd down and long. 2nd and 19, and the Ravens did take their first time out, by the way. 25 seconds to go. They still think they can do something with it. I would have almost said, yeah, whatever, just take the half. We get the ball, come out of halftime. But the Ravens might want to try to do something with it. From their own 27, 2nd and a 28-yard line, 2nd and 19 for the Ravens. And they're going to come right at him again, and once again brought down, and another blitz.
Harris,
and it looks like Baltimore is going to call another timeout, which is kind of at this point almost dumb.
Or is it Houston?
It could be. Let's see. And to see who calls.
It
is Houston calling a timeout this time. And Baltimore definitely would have let it run down to half if not. But it gives them maybe an opportunity, because they're pushing Baltimore very far back in their own zone, to forcing Baltimore to make another play. Looks like back near the 14, 15-yard line of Baltimore territory. It's going to be 3rd and very, very long. I have a feeling they're going to just run the ball with Gus Edwards or Hill. 21 seconds to go. 3rd and 32. Houston has one more timeout, and Baltimore still has 2 from their own 15-yard line. It is 4 wide, which is kind of weird. Why would you be throwing on here? Oh, okay. Actually, I'm sorry. Gus Edwards is right there, and he's going to get some good yardage. That's Hill, I'm sorry. And he's going to get some good yardage. Houston will use their final timeout with 15 seconds to go. And
great defensive stop there.
Yes.
For any point at all.
And yet another 3. Now, we mentioned it. Now 3 straight drives for the Ravens that have stalled and have gone 3 and out. Big for Houston. This is being shaping up to be a really close game. Christian Harris has been all over the place so far. He's played a really great game for Houston so far.
Yeah, definitely. I think he was a big impact in the Indianapolis game, I believe, too.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that number. I'm like, where do I know that number from? I said, oh, yeah, he played a big impact on Gardner Minshew last game. And, you know, huge for Houston to get that stop, not even forcing any points.
15 seconds to go. Yep. From their own 27, they'll punt away 4th and 20. And the kick is off. Clock is winding down, and the kick's going to go all the way back into the Houston red zone, right around this 18, 17-yard line. 5 seconds left, so now Houston will just kneel it down probably and take it at halftime. They were hoping to get a good kick, and maybe Sims would return again, but they definitely – Baltimore learned their lessons. Lamar seems like he's going into the locker room already. C.J. Stroud out to probably just kneel it to send this game into halftime with 5 seconds left to go. I'm going to update the score. Scoreboard just for the second, just to show that Houston had the ball with 5 seconds left. But yeah, CJ Stroud kneels it down, and we're gonna head to halftime in Baltimore, 10-10. What a game this has been. A great start as CJ Stroud, 11 for 20, 131. We'll talk more when we come back. And when we come back, it's the No Sports Master YouTube channel halftime show, as me and Ryan will recap the first half, talk about the prediction for this week, and also for this weekend, and we will also look at the second half. When we come back on the No Sports Master YouTube channel, we'll be back.
Okay.
Welcome back to the No Sports Master YouTube channel, and it's time for the halftime show. And we're tied at 10. Let's talk about this first half, Ryan. What have you seen from both of these teams?
Let's start with the Houston side. Special teams. That's what's stepping up
Yeah.
teams for Houston.
Yep.
Except the field goal kick. Except going 1 for 2 in field goal.
Mhm.
Maybe turning them.
They could have a 13-10 lead right now, going into half. But yeah,
Yeah, but CJ, Baltimore side maybe putting some pressure on CJ Stroud. But at the end of the half, it's been the opposite way. Houston bringing in pressure finally on Lamar Jackson, getting some huge sacks and forcing 3 in a row and 3 and out. So that's been very important for Houston so far. And they got to keep up the defense for the rest of the game. So it's going to be very important to see what happens with the Houston Texans and see how the Ravens respond to CJ Stroud and everything, and how the Ravens offense also respond to this pressure from the Houston defense.
Yeah, Ravens get the ball to start the second half. That'll be very important because I feel like they got to score in that opening drive to regain control of this game, regardless if it's a field goal or a touchdown. Touchdown obviously is more preferred for the Ravens, but even a field goal just to gain back that momentum that they have completely lost. Even though the missed field goal did happen, the Ravens' last offensive possession, I mean, they were going backward they went backward 20 yards and had to even punt the ball back, giving Houston a chance at getting more points on the board. And so I think that's pretty important for this. But let's talk about this weekend with the other games. Let's start with
if you want to pull back up
the 49ers. Yeah, I will. The 49ers and the 40. Let's talk about tonight's game, the Packers and the 49ers. What are kind of your expectations and pick for this game?
Really, my expectation, to be honest, is I think San Francisco is going to be just a little bit too much to handle for Green Bay. I think I might have said this on the podcast. I know Green Bay right that underdog mentality as well. I did not forget about Green Bay. Forget about you, Green Bay. When I said underdog mentality for Houston after the kick return touchdown, but Jordan Love, he's been playing really well. I mean, surprisingly, he's been coming out of nowhere and been playing extremely well. Maybe Green Bay's got huge future with Jordan Love as their quarterback, and that's really important for Houston, or for Green Bay to have their quarterback of the future. And we'll see how much Jordan Love plays tonight. And even though Jordan Love doesn't really play as well as he did last game, I don't think it should change really much in the narrative of his quarterback. I know people are going to say, "Oh, he's see, look what I told you. Look what I told you. That Jordan Love sucks."
Yeah.
If he has a bad game, it's fine. He's playing against the San Francisco 49ers.
I was going to say, you're playing against a team that has been one of the best teams all season, without a doubt. And so San Francisco, it's gonna be hard for Green Bay. So I think San Francisco's gonna win.
Sorry to cut you off, but San Francisco does have that does have the number on Green Bay, beating them in their past couple of matchups, especially in the playoffs.
So we'll see.
And in Green Bay last year, 2 years ago.
Though it has been the lower seed has won in most of those matchups. Most of the time, Green Bay has been the higher seed, has been the 1 or 2 seed, and San Francisco has taken care of them. So you never know how that really works. I know the San Francisco 49ers have beaten the Packers, but moving over to the AFC.
What do you want? My score prediction, I think.
We're not going to do score prediction. Okay. We're just going to talk about the game a little bit. We're sticking with the NFC. In the other NFC game, the Bucs and the Lions. What do you expect from that game? I'm thinking very, very close game. I think it's going to be, I wouldn't say best game of the weekend, because honestly, Chiefs Bills might be the best game of the weekend. But Bucs Lions it's gonna be a pretty good game.
Yeah, who would have thought that? Lions and Bucs in the divisional round
in Detroit.
In Detroit too. Detroit. Credit to them, they got their first playoff win last week in over 30 years. So that's just amazing. And they had 2 playoff wins in 60 years. I heard ESPN talk about that today. I'm like, what the heck? 60 years and 2 playoff wins? I cannot even imagine. So, and it's also been really weird to see Detroit play the home game in the playoffs. I have to get used to that, because that's going to probably happen very often too. It's probably going to be Green Bay, Detroit fighting it out in the NFC North for years to come. We'll see what happens with Chicago and Minnesota as well. We'll get to that more going forward. But anyways, what do I expect in this game? Baker Mayfield in this playoffs. And I think it's
It's
be
going to be
also
another quarterback match. Oh, for all four of these games really is about these quarterbacks.
By the way, 2 former number 1 overall picks.
Yes,
Baker Mayfield and
it's
Jared
it's
Goff.
the battle of the number 1 overall picks. I think that Detroit wins this game like they did with the Lions,
I agree.
eking out that win in a very, very close game. It's going to be a close game, I think. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on to the final game of the weekend, the Chiefs and Bills, and I know you have a lot of strong opinions about this because you're a Bills fan. But this is probably going to be the best game of the weekend, and it's very important because Mahomes is in Buffalo. That's very important.
For the first time with fans, because the last time he came to Buffalo, it was during the COVID season. Obviously,
well, it was during the regular season. Like nobody cares about regular season. It's been more. It's more.
Too.
Yeah, and it's more important about. It's now a playoff atmosphere in Buffalo, so that is very important. I know the weather has been on and off in both cities.
It's supposed to be cold,
and it's going to be cold, but it's gonna feel really nice for Kansas City. So, the cold factor will definitely never have an advantage. Buffalo with the cold factor. But what do you expect from this game, the final game of the weekend?
It's gonna be back and forth game, and I said this earlier in the week with you and Deshaun here, and I think I also said it on the podcast, I believe too. I hope I did.
Yep.
But a lot of injuries are happening.
Yes, you did.
That's for sure. A lot of injuries, and the Bills, they still got a lot of injuries. Looks like they released Matt Hawk off the practice squad about before the looks like during this game was going on.
Right.
Actually, it would have been before this game. So before during this game when I looked at my phone and said, "Oh, Matt Hawk got released," that means it looks like Sam Martin's doing fine and everything. And they also reevaluate re-elevated the same people as they did last week. So and you also got so many people injured on that secondary, and it's going to be really bad. And you're decimated there. Yeah, you've been decimated there pretty much all season ever since the Miami game. Right now, I say, please prove me wrong because I have this expectation because right now I have the Chiefs winning. And Bills fans, yes, go ahead, go diss me and everything. Put me on your social media and put me on the saying, hey, you just picked the Bills and you picked KC because I don't trust the Bills secondary.
It's called one. It's called being unbiased.
Yeah.
2, because it's looking at it realistically, and also Bills fans, stop being delusional. Okay, this is Kansas City. You got to take this game seriously. I don't like people.
People are very confident at home.
Which by the way doesn't mean anything at all right now with this kind of game. I mean, yes, it'll give some of it. It'll give it a big advantage for the Bills because the Bills fans are really good at home with that kind of sense. But I mean, it's still the Chiefs in the playoffs, and it's still Mahomes in the playoffs. And I know they're not the same team as they were, but it's still the Chiefs and Mahomes in the playoffs. So it's a dangerous team. This is no team to
mess around.
Yeah,
and also funny thing I saw earlier, Kadarius Toney is out. I saw that this morning.
Which actually might help them.
Which actually might help. Might actually hurt the Bills, which I would have.
Since he was the single reason why the Bills won in Kansas City a couple weeks ago or multiple weeks ago. He's basically the only reason why you guys won. By the way, because of the offside play. Because
we could have bet another 13 second scenario.
Yeah, but Josh Allen. Yeah, but Josh Allen wouldn't have been able to do that. So now this year's Josh Allen would not have been able to do that. 100%. Tell you right now. But anyway, we have to take a quick commercial break right before we get into the second half of this game, which is coming up right now. So we'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back on the Old Sportsmaster YouTube channel. Kickoff, and we're back at the second half already. Baltimore has a big return on their hand off the opening kickoff of the second half, and he's going to get all the way down to just past the 40-yard line of Baltimore territory, right into the kick. Kind of knew that was going to happen, but that's fine. Ryan, quickly talk about what are some of your expectations for this second half, and what should each team do to be able to win this game?
Well, like I said earlier at the beginning of the half, I said, Baltimore's defense has been playing well, but not playing well enough. Well, I shouldn't say that. Their rush is still coming after strong on CJ Stroud, but they haven't really been able to sack him. Even though CJ Stroud's doing CJ Stroud things this year, at least.
Quick throw for Lamar Jackson to Aguilar, and he's going to get 8 or 9 on that play. As you can continue.
Yeah, and on the Houston side, defensively, as we're talking about here, mentioning here, that Houston's defense is gotta keep on going after Lamar Jackson. That wasn't a good start as they were they let up a 9-yard penalty to Nelson Aguilar and old people.
Yep. Second one, they're already in the Houston territory after that last play because of the return to the 45 of their own territory. They're at the Houston 46 already. Not a good start for Houston already. Play clock winding down. He gets the snap off just in time. Another quick throw. That's to Isaiah Likely. He's going to push his way all the way inside the 30-yard line down to the 27-yard line. And a big play and a big drive so far for Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore is doing Baltimore things. It looks like we got an injury here.
We do have an injury here. We'll see who that is. But Isaiah Likely going out for pass, quick little pass, and you would think, okay, it's going to go for like 5 or 10 yards, but he kind of stiff arms and pushes his way all the way to the 27-yard line of Houston territory.
Yeah, and you mentioned it on the top of the stream that the player to watch for Baltimore was Isaiah Likely. I'm like, what? I was like, in my head, I'm like, why is he the player of the game?
And in the first half, it was like, didn't see him at all, and there you go. There's the play, and the main reason for it is it looks like Harris, Christian Harris, which is a big loss for Houston if he gets hurt for the second half. Looks like he's just coming out for a play or two, because he also probably has to come out for a play by rules since he went down. But yeah, you like, okay, where's this Isaiah Likely guy, the tight end? And really, the reason why he was the player to watch or player to really mention. Was because of without Mark Andrews. That was the main reason for that. As Lamar's seems like he's gonna take off or try to, and he's gonna almost be tackled by his own teammate trying to push him forward. And he's gonna get about 3 on that carry in 2nd and 7 for Baltimore.
Yeah, and Baltimore's driving down the field early here in the second half, and we'll see how they end up scoring here. Well, they probably will, but we'll see what happens.
Yep, 13 minutes to go in the third quarter. Tie game in Baltimore at 10. Baltimore is driving, though. They're inside the Houston 25. They're at the 24. Baltimore also hasn't taken a lot of penalties today. That's been a big key. There's a good pass to, I believe, Zay Flowers. It is not Zay Flowers. I'm sorry. That's number 7.
Oh my God! I believe that is Duvernay.
No, it's not Duvernay. It's I couldn't read the name. We'll see if we get a better glimpse of it. But a quick pass, little almost a slant route coming across the middle for the Raven, right through the hands. Right through the hands.
It was Duvernay.
Oh, it was Duvernay? Okay, I don't know his number.
I thought his name was 11.
But so far on this drive, to start off the second half, 3 for 3, 37 yards with Lamar. They're at the 15-yard line. He's going to go toward the end zone. End zone! Almost picked off. It wasn't picked off, as a disappointing thing. First, it goes through his arms, and now the near pick is Lamar. Almost through pick. We talked about that at the top of the broadcast as well.
Yeah. And we'll see what happened here in the replay. I wasn't really...
He was going toward Isaiah Likely again.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens on the replay. Yeah, a little there. Good defense there to break it up. He diving play trying to make the catch and almost came up with a pick, just couldn't hold on to the ball at that point. as that would have been a huge turnover for Houston. 2nd and 10 from the Houston 15. There's a run, a design run Lamar, and he's going to go straight in as touchdown Baltimore Ravens. Lamar goes spinning into the end zone. It's 16-10. Baltimore, a 15-yard touchdown rush. And we knew that was probably going to happen at some point, that Lamar was going to run into the end zone. 6 plays, 55 yards on that scoring drive.
Yeah, a quick 3 minutes right off the clock, and Baltimore just went right down the field. And I knew that was going to be happening in the second half. It was like this NFL is scripted. But anyways, Lamar Jackson going right up the middle for a touchdown. Really not much you can do there for the Houston Texans side. But yeah.
As Tucker will try to tack on the extra point to make this a 7-point game with 12:04 to go in the third quarter. He'll put that right down the middle, and it's 17-10, a big start for Baltimore in the second half. Well, with 12:04 to go in the third quarter, Baltimore leads 17-10 off of Lamar Jackson, 15-yard touchdown rush. We'll be back on the Noel Sports Master YouTube channel. We're back to Baltimore. 12:04 to go in the third quarter. Baltimore just took a 17-10 lead on a Lamar Jackson rushing touchdown. Not surprised I would be saying those words today.
No, not surprised at all.
At all, as Baltimore up 17-10, only a 7-point game early in the second half. A lot of football still have to be played, so we'll see if that impacts stuff so far. So far, 2 touchdowns for the Ravens offense and none for the Texans offense, as the touchdown came off of special teams punt return. So we'll go back, and Sims will kneel it down for a touchback, and Texans will start from their own 25-yard line. Going back to this again, and what happens here, good block right there from Gus Edwards on the spy. That was the point.
Right.
Because there was a spy there for Houston,
Right.
But Gus Edwards going out, Lamar delayed enough to get Gus Edwards in front of him to block that spy and so he could get by and work his way into the end zone.
Yeah,
Lamar's 10 for 15, 89 yards passing and 1 touchdown and 68 rushing yards with a rushing touchdown as well. CJ Stroud from his own 25. He's almost in trouble, but a quick pass and a good move by Singletary. Big tackle out of bounds. It's about a 7-yard gain for Singletary and the Texans, and it'll be 2nd and 3. A big tackle there right at the end.
Yeah, exactly. For for Houston to get that. They needed to get some yardage going here. They got to answer for this touchdown that Baltimore just had.
Mm-hmm.
So, C.J. Stroud, all the plays are down on him now.
Right. Good idea to go to Singletary. Good move by Singletary as well, going one way and then trying to cut back and go the other way.
Yeah,
got a couple of yards. Yeah, picked up 7 on that one. From their own 32, and they're going to hand it off to Singletary, and that hasn't been working at all this entire game, and he's going to lose about 2, maybe 3.
I don't know
third down.
I don't know why they keep on doing that same running play all the time. If you're going to do that same running play, then do play action. I don't know. That's me.
Yeah.
But
Roquan Smith coming right through the hole to get right to Singletary and taking him down. A nice tackle and a good play by Roquan Smith and the Ravens defense on that play. See Stroud a little frustrated, probably possibly with the play calling as well.
Right.
But from their own 29, they lost 3, by the way, on that play. 3rd and 6. And in a little bit of trouble, going to throw across his body. And Dalton Schultz makes the catch for the first down, right a yard past the marker. It'll be a first down. Good catch by Dalton Schultz on that play and down to the 36.
Right, and that was a big play for C.J. Stroud. And they were able to convert on that. What was it? Was it third down?
Third down.
Yeah,
it was
that's
third down.
There's
a little behind. The throw was a little behind Schultz, but Schultz was trying to move with C.J. Stroud. So
yeah, he was able to hold on to that catch also.
As well, yes. 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for Houston. Little flip, and Singletary is going to get maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Texans with 10 minutes, just hitting the 10-minute mark of the third quarter. Yeah, there you go. Singletary, 8 rushes for 6 yards, 0.8 the average. The run game just not there for Houston, but they've been able to use C.J. Stroud as effectively so far in this game, so you don't have to necessarily rely on it, as there you go. C.J. Stroud, 13 for 22, 145 yards for the Texans.
Right. Very important for the Houston Texans to get that. They got to convert here. So we'll see what happens with C.J. Stroud as we got a 2nd and 9 play action.
There we go. 2nd and 9. C.J. Stroud gets out of pressure, throws it up, and there's no one there.
We got a flag.
And Woods was trying to get over there. I wonder if this is roughing the passer on.
Is he roughing the passer
or maybe
holding?
Not. Actually, it may not be because
holding?
Could it be? We'll see what this is. Looks like a face mask on Baltimore, which is interesting. Maybe when they were trying to take down C.J. Stroud. Let's see. No, it's holding. It's defensive holding though. It's not offensive holding, I believe. Yeah, it's defensive holding on Brandon Smith. Brandon Stevens, excuse me. Let's see right here, and that's basically that's almost probably even more pass interference than holding, but that's very much
it's
all over him. That's the Ravens' 2nd penalty of the entire game, but a free first down for Houston. A nice play, a nice gift for the Texans.
Yeah, very important to get that there for.
They'll be at their own
first down.
Yep, they'll be at their own 43. Another play action play. Good block by Devin Singletary. And C.J. Stroud is going to take off and go out of bounds and get about 5. And ref got it right in there. Make sure that nothing else happened after the play. And C.J. Stroud getting about 4 or 5, maybe even only 3. We'll see where they spot him out of bounds.
Yeah, right. And it was actually Dalton Schultz in that block.
Yes.
86. You said Singletary.
I thought I said Schultz, but what I meant was Schultz. But in my mind, I had Schultz, but I might have said Singletary by accident. But yeah, Schultz with the great block there.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him 3 on that one. 2nd and 7 from their own 45. Might be a blitz here. This time they'll get Singletary. There we go. Singletary broken multiple tackles, and we get all the way down to the Ravens' 39-yard line. And finally, the breakout run game for Houston is happening.
Yeah, that was very much me. I think that was a tremendous blocking by the Houston offensive line. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
My God, he drove like 3 Ravens back there.
Plus, the Singletary broke a couple of tackles here, here, getting off of number 32 to get an extra probably 4 or 5 yards. Great play by Singletary, great run by Singletary, and great blocking from the O-line.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the Baltimore 39.
Oh,
trick play. Back to CJ Stroud and back to Hutchinson. And a good block. That might be blocking the back. It won't really matter. He's going to go backwards on the play. And the trick play really did not work.
I actually think he should have dropped it because it would have been.
He lost about 5 yards, I believe, on that play. So Ravens fans very happy about their defense stopping him there. Let's see the replay of this.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying
trick
to
play. I mean, there you go. Back to CJ Stroud, and CJ Stroud has had no one else open, but Hutchinson, a great job, number 26, to slow him down and help make the tackle there. Even though he was going to be blocked into the ground, which almost was blocking the back. They're 2nd and 15. Play clock winding down, and they got it off in time, supposedly, but it was deep. And the throw across the middle is incomplete as Williams knocks it away. And it'll be 3rd and 15, another long third down for the Texans.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's nobody home. And I wonder if that the play clock going down to 0, was that maybe delay a game?
It should have been delay a game, yes.
Yeah. Well, I think the Ravens will take that now.
right to Nico Collins. Yeah, they'll take the incomplete pass. 4 for 9 are the Texans on 3rd down tonight. Average yards, there's 10 right now. It's 3rd and 15 from the Ravens' 44-yard line. They're out of field goal range right now, so they really need to at least get in field goal range. And he's going backward. Quick pass to Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is going to try to get as many yards as he can. He's going to get 3 yards. And a little celebration after the play. Dalton Schultz not happy with number 6 on the Ravens defense. No flags were thrown there. He only got 2 on that play.
Yeah, that working really out for Dalton Schultz and the Houston Texans right there. All kinds of pressure was in the CJ Stroud's face, and just a perfect tackle down there. For the Ravens, and now they got the punt.
And they got a punter away. They're at the Ravens 43, just out of range for Fairbairn. And the kick is up. We'll see where they can pin him. And it's not a great bounce. It was more of a Baltimore bounce, but it'll land at the 7-yard line, and that's where Baltimore will start when we come back. Baltimore gets the ball back with a 7-point lead. It's 17-10. Ravens lead. Halfway through the 3rd quarter. We'll be back on the Noel Sports Master YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Noel Sports Master YouTube channel in Baltimore, Maryland, M&T Bank Stadium. Downtown Baltimore. 17-10, Ravens lead, 6:26 to go in the third quarter. They just got the ball back at their own 7-yard line, deep in their own territory. This is a big time for Houston's defense to come up with a big stop. And hello to you, Quinn, as well. Thank you for watching. It's from their own 7-yard line. Current temp, there you go. Current temp is 23 degrees, and it feels like 11 in Baltimore. So very, very cold in Baltimore. Much colder than I thought it was, actually. Gus Edwards with a breakout run there to start the drive, and he gets down to about the 16-yard line. I believe he's going to be short of the first down. He will be for about a yard, but a 9-yard gain, and that's how Baltimore wants to start this drive. If they score a touchdown, this game can get out of hand really quickly. Rush yards, there you go, 122 to 31.
That's been the difference maker in this game, the rushing yards there. And because this Baltimore Ravens defense has been playing all over the place. And really, the only thing that's going for the Houston Texans is just the punt return touchdown.
I mean, realistically, it should be 17 to probably 3. Yeah. Maybe 17 to 6, and the missed field goal and everything is a toss to Edwards again. He's going to pushes away for about 6, maybe 5 or 6, down to the 21-22 for a first down for the Ravens. Recent postseason history for the Ravens: lost in the wild card in 2018 for Lamar. Lost in the division round versus Tennessee. That was when they were the number 1 seed. Division round in 2020 at Buffalo. Wild card 2022 at Cincinnati, and now
that's when Lamar Jackson that we didn't play that.
Yeah, game. Exactly.
I just keep forgetting they were in the playoffs last because Lamar Jackson.
Yep,
in 2020 that was
he had Tyler Huntley. At quarterback for the Ravens. 2021, 21-yard line, as Lamar Jackson has plenty of time in the pocket. And across the middle, wide open, even though it looks like he definitely caught it, was Bateman. So I was right with it wasn't there. It was Bateman.
It must have been a half of the D, and it must have been a B.
But anyway, Bateman across the middle, wide open. Too much time in the pocket for Lamar that time.
Yeah, man. Just terrific offensive line blocking. Look at the 2 Texans over there. They're just standing there because they know that they think that Lamar's
going to run. Well, and they have to. But on the other side, in a very good catch, it was a catch for Bateman. Yeah, it was a catch from their own 42-yard line. So we'll see first down. Across the middle, quick play to Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is going to try to outrun the entire Texans defense, and it's not really going to work because he got tackled from behind for about a gain of about 4. And with just under 4 minutes to go, to 2nd and 5, a gain of 5 in that last play. Zay Flowers, he really hasn't gone to Zay Flowers too often. But again, we're still
really need to.
Yeah, I mean, he's been spreading the ball out, and again, either running it himself, running it with either Hill, giving it off to Hill or Edwards, as it looks like Hill might get it on this play. 2nd and 5 from their own 47-yard line. He's going to dish it off to Hill. Hill's going to get not much. He got pushed forward for about maybe 2 or 3, and it'll be 3rd and short coming up with under 3.5 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Houston needs to get a stop here.
Yes. Oh, they definitely do.
They need a stop.
They need a big stop right now.
Yeah. It'll be 3rd and short, I think. It is.
It's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, you need to stop.
Rushing yards per game, 156.5, and that's without J.K. Dobbins. So the Ravens have done a very good job with all their running backs. Today they have 130.
That's the Baltimore Ravens. That's their style of play. They like to run the ball. And
Lamar Jackson's their quarterback. Yeah, there's another handoff to Hill. They're going to be short, and they're probably going to go for this on us, honestly.
Yeah, I would.
4th and 1 at the Houston 49. And he's saying, Harbaugh is saying in his headset, go for it and stay out there to his offense. So here we go. The ESPN analytics, 4th and 4 or less, go for it. Where they are in the field. I mean, they are right at midfield, and you're up by 7. So, and your defense has been playing amazing. Like, everything is saying go for it. So 4th and 1, and especially with the run game. Right. 4th down conversions this season, 57%, which is 8th in the NFL.
This is going to be a handoff right here.
Looks like it will be. It's not too much of a surprise to really anyone.
Oh, maybe not.
Lamar's going to take it himself. Good faked out everybody. He's going to make a lot of people miss and dive down near the 35-yard line. A first down and a 14-yard carry for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that was a bad I did not expect that. I thought they were going to hand it off right in the middle. Well, yeah, that's a great play call by
That was
John
an
Harbaugh right
amazing
there.
play. Yeah, it was an amazing play call by the Ravens. And there you go. And so it's simply Gus Edwards. Everybody crashes Gus Edwards, and he wasn't going to get it actually if they had given off to Gus Edwards. But it opens up a lot of space, and then Lamar once again good block there right in front of him, and Lamar making a couple of people miss on that play. He's up to 82 rushing yards as well as 115 passing yards for 12 for 17 with a touchdown at both. Lamar's going backwards again, and he's going to try to throw, but he's just short of his receiver. That's Aguilar again. Incomplete. Lamar's not happy about something. He's just going over to his teammates probably saying, "Hey, my bad. I threw it short."
Yeah.
And that's not on you. 2nd and 10 from the Houston 35. Even a field goal right now. Houston's biggest thing is right now maybe try to get a sack, because even a field goal is still big for Baltimore.
Yeah, definitely. That is big for Baltimore. Victor Houston, they can try to hold him for a field goal, but they just need to stop that. I don't care. You can't really let
pass
him
to Hill. Hill's going to get all the way to probably the first down marker as a quick little out route. He's going to be close to the marker. They're going to give it to him first down near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, the Houston Texans just cannot stop the Ravens right now. And Baltimore's just driving down the field and trying to really maybe even try to put this game away.
Yes. I mean, again, right, because the Ravens have used a lot of the clock, by the way. They got down to the 24-yard line. We have 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now we have a stoppage here. I was going to say one of the linemen, they might be – let's see what the
official
call is.
Maybe they're saying he stepped out of bounds early.
Okay, they're going to look at it, and he did. He stepped out of bounds before the marker, so it probably should be third down.
That's what I thought.
It'll be 3rd and short, as you see a lot of great angles from ESPN there. It will probably be 3rd and 2 instead of a first down, which is big for Houston. They need at this point, you know what? Field goal happens, whatever. You need to get the ball back if you're the Texans offense.
Yeah. And the Houston Texans, you gotta make a stop. Oh, let's see.
They did.
Good job.
They didn't even have to really look too much at it. They had to talk to each other.
They have an official at the top.
They do. Yeah. They have the booth. They have the booth. 3rd and 2 at the Houston 27. We're just making sure everything's all set. It looks like we're all ready to go again. Just gotta start the play clock. Even though at this point it's not gonna really matter. There you go. Clock is going to 3rd and 2 at the Houston 27. Lamar is by himself. Quick pass to Hill again. And Hill is going to get the first down, gain a 3. Good tackle there. Anyway, because Hill was trying to spin out of that tackle. And he might have been injured on that play. The Texans defender, number 21.
Yeah, he's wide open.
Yeah, I mean, it's a designed play. He was going to Hill all the way.
Right.
And a 3-yard game for first down. This would have maybe run down to the end of the first quarter, but the injury,
third quarter,
excuse me, thank you. But the injury seems like the clock will stop, at least from now. It probably will keep going, and still run down the end of the third quarter. As Houston number 21, that's Nelson.
Steven Nelson,
former Steeler. Steven Nelson going, a little, oof. And then, I mean, he made the tackle, but at what cost is the question. With 20 seconds to go, 29 seconds to go, they put time back on the clock. It's a first down. 29 seconds to go. There isn't need for the play clock. Steven Nelson out of Oregon State, 9th season in the NFL, 3rd round pick by the Chiefs in 2015. Steven Nelson, 5'11", 194. And seems like he's okay. 7 tackles this game, so that's a little frustrating if you're the Texans. And we also, I don't know if Harris has been back out there, so Harris has been fine. Nelson might have to either be checked for concussion or is just going to walk it off. We'll see if he comes back. We'll see if the Ravens run one more play. They probably will. There's 20 seconds still left on the clock.
Or maybe call, maybe.
As we have an
Maybe trying to
interesting
draw them off
shift on.
sides too.
No, they're going to definitely run a play. 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. Looks like, yep. Maybe not. 8
They're
seconds.
just trying to run around and make the Texans jump.
They are trying to make the Texans jump. I don't think they're going to run. Oh, they did. They got him. They got him right at the end. And the Texans really fell for that.
Stupid.
I mean, that's really bad. That'll be an offside right on the outside. Might be a Will Anderson, because it was on the outside, but maybe could be, could not be.
God.
But offside on Houston, Jonathan Greenard, and he's going to get called for offside, which is just a free 5 yards for Baltimore. It'll be 1st and 5, and that'll end the third quarter.
Pretty much. And yeah, this has been the Texans all day long.
The penalties.
The penalties have been really costing them.
Yep.
D'Amico Ryan was extremely pissed off, and who can you blame him? I mean, it's getting ridiculous now.
That'll do it for the third quarter. So 17-10, Baltimore driving again. We're at the end of the third quarter. That's been so far a 6:26-minute drive. Baltimore is using a lot of time, and they're also headed toward another touchdown. It might be the end of the game for Houston. We shall see. One final quarter to go. We'll be right back on the No Sports Master YouTube channel. Welcome back to Baltimore. As we are ready, back to go again. Start of the fourth quarter. I got to fix that on the thing. But 1st and 5 from the Houston 19 is Baltimore after the offside right at the end of the third quarter, excuse me. As there's a run play, and it'll be just short of the first down. Gus Edwards again taking the ball for about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1. At around the 16-yard line.
Steven Nelson's going into the locker room.
I mean, that's not a good sign for Houston, but it may or may not matter at this point, depending on what Baltimore does. 149 rushing yards and 6 yards per rush.
Yeah.
As here's an interesting play. Lamar dishing out, going for the end zone. Isaiah Likely's right there. Touchdown, Ravens. And this might be it for Houston. They really have to score now on no doubt that they have to score now on the next drive. Isaiah Likely for the score.
Yeah, 12 plays, 93 yards. Took off 7 minutes of the
7
clock.
minutes of the clock.
That's ridiculous.
That is like 2 or 3 drives where the Ravens have taken up like 6 minute, like half of quarter basically equivalents of half the third quarter and half the third quarter basically.
Yeah, really. And
so Justin Tucker for the extra point. Isaiah Likely, there you go. He gets into the end zone tonight, right down the middle, and it's 24-10. Only 37 seconds into the fourth quarter. Well, we're going to go right back on break since Ravens scored right away. And we'll be back on the North Sports Master YouTube channel. 24-10. Now Ravens lead. 14:23 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be back. Welcome back to Baltimore, and Ravens just took a 24-10 lead. Basically, could be the dagger in Houston. And we'll have to see Isaiah Likely going up for
what a nice catch
on the
by
one-on-one with Derek Stingley, trying to guard him. But nice catch by Isaiah Likely there. And there you go, Ravens lead 24-10. Houston's offense just hasn't been able to do anything today. No touchdowns for C.J. Stroud, nothing. They've been kept quiet as a touchback. Will set up C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense for one of their biggest drives of the game, starting
Probably
from 20. Yeah, I mean, they don't score any points, and probably they would have to get in the end zone to really continue everything right now. But I'm curious if if I don't know why they went to commercial break, but we're gonna stay right here. I'm curious. We will in a second. That's true. We will. I'm curious to see if
Houston.
Yeah, just about Houston, like what they're gonna do. Like they have to score a touchdown on this drive, right?
Mm-hmm. And they're probably gonna first to start to throw now, and Ravens are probably gonna get a pick. That's what's gonna probably happen because they know that that they're down by 2 scores. You're gonna have to throw the ball. You're gonna probably double team Nico Collins. You're probably gonna get somebody out of Brevin Jordan.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he hasn't gone to Jordan almost at all today. He's gone to Nico Collins a lot. Nico Collins has been open. He's gone to Dalton Schultz, so he has options. He's gone to Singletary as a receiver, too. So we'll have to see how it works. But yeah, let's talk about tonight's game. The Packers 49ers, we talked about a little bit at halftime, but the inactives just came out. Go through some of those inactives for tonight's game.
Yeah, we can start with the Packers. Big one here. Jair Alexander is active. He's
active. Okay.
Yep,
Yes.
he was there with
He was
shoulder. He was
questionable.
there with an
He had
ankle
a pick
injury.
six. He had a pick last week.
Almost a pick six.
Almost a pick six against Dallas. But yeah.
But other inactives, A.J. Dillon not going to be playing for the Green Bay Packers. He's going to be out.
Okay.
I'm not too sure if he was out last week or not.
I don't remember if he was or not.
Okay, well, he's out this week. Yeah, some other names you're probably going to say, who cares? Malik Heath, wide receiver. Safety, Benny Snap, the third. Kingsley Egbar, the linebacker. Brenton Cox Jr., linebacker and tackle. Looks like offensive lineman Caleb Jones. So that is some inactives for the Green Bay Packers and for the San Francisco 49ers. Nobody too big. Brandon Allen, the quarterback, the emergency quarterback for the 49ers. Jalen Graham, linebacker, offensive lineman. Matt Pryor, Ronnie Bell, wide receiver, who's a name in the preseason. And here we go.
We get back into the air. C.J. Stroud takes snap, tried the throw, and now throws it away. And it'll be second down there. But yeah, there's inactives for the Packers. The A.J. Dillon one is interesting, but Jair's healthy. That's going to be very important. And also for the 49ers, there's nothing too major. Nico Collins was wide open. I mean, no one around him. And maybe that's where he was trying to go, but C.J. Stroud just either didn't see him, or I don't know where C.J. Stroud was looking there. Yeah. 15 for 26, 141 yards for C.J. Stroud. There's a quick pass, and he's going to find Dalton Schultz for maybe 4. And it'll be third down for the Texans. Another third down here with 14 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, things are not really going well. It's 35 right now, and by the way, we're going to finish the inactives for the 49ers. Actually, maybe not. We'll do that during commercial break. So it looks like we got timeout now.
Timeout, maybe? Yeah, Ravens take a timeout, 3rd and 5 at Texans. We're at their own 30-yard line.
Injury timeout.
It might be neat.
I believe it is.
Ravens are going to take a timeout regardless. They're going to burn one of their timeouts, which is not really that meaningful for the Ravens because they probably won't need them near the end of the game, but we'll see if it gives the Texans a chance to really talk things over. While we have the chance, finish up the inactives.
Yeah, for the 49ers, Sam Womack, corner is going to be inactive. Alex Barnett, defensive lineman, and T.Y. McGill, all inactive. So a lot of practice squad players is going to be inactive.
So for again, like I said, the 49ers, nothing major for them. They're pretty healthy going into this game, which is very important for a game like this, especially being against the Packers, who they could underestimate.
Yeah.
But yeah, the NFL history, first team to win a playoff game after winning, I don't remember what it was, 4 or less games in each of the previous 3 seasons for the Texans. Very impressive. What D'Amico Ryans and C.J. Stroud and all this team has done, but it seems like it might come to an end today. And a big blitz there. C.J. Stroud's going way backwards. He's going to try to throw, and he's going to overthrow Woods out of bounds. It'll be another 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away, and that's pretty much going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
we got the entire fourth
we still have the entire fourth quarter, but then again, the Ravens like to run the more. But Mike McDonald's Ravens defense has played outstanding in this game.
Definitely, and C.J. Stroud is facing too much pressure, and it looks like the Ravens found a cheat code. I don't know why the Browns didn't do this much last week. That's really interesting to see what their defensive mindset was, but obviously Ravens defense much better. Plus, you are also at home. That's really important.
That's very, and that has accounted for a lot of the penalties here. It'll bounce in front of Dunan Johnson's punt and roll all the way down to about the 22-yard line, 22-yard line, it looks like. So we're going to go on a commercial break, and with basically 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Ravens lead 24-10. They give the ball back, and it's now time to just run the clock out, basically, for the Ravens. We'll be back on the Roll Sports Master YouTube channel. Welcome back to Baltimore as the final 13 and a half minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Ravens get the ball back at their own right around 22-yard line. Yep, right at the 22 at their own 22-yard line. 13:30 to go. We'll get right into the winner plays the Bills. Winner of the Bills-Chiefs game. It looks like this game will be in Baltimore. The Ravens will host the AFC Championship game for the first time in a long time. As there's a good run from Justin Hill. He's going to get down to almost the 31-yard line, and Hill has had a relatively good day, but a 9-yard carry for Hill. Isaiah Likely has been all over the place a little bit, even as a blocker. We've seen him out there for 13 minutes to go, and 2nd and 1 coming up for the Ravens under 13 minutes to go. They're going to use a lot of the play clock, probably to use the drive like they have been doing. And Lamar Jackson will probably hand this off. Let's see, Zay Flowers coming across. He will hand it off to Hill again. Hill had a hole, but it was blocked very quickly. There's a flag in the play. Looks like a 5 or 6 yard gain. And there is a flag, probably holding. Normally the case, and it'll stop the clock disappointingly. But 12:37 to go in the legal shift on Baltimore. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, I believe, and they'll retry 2nd down. Ricard might be the main source of that illegal shift, but it's a team penalty. Again, the Ravens' only 3rd penalty of the entire game, 15 yards on that. So basically 3 5-yard penalties.
And this is and the Texans have almost 10.
Yeah. Yep. 2nd and 6 for the Ravens from their own 26-yard line. 12:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Clock will restart right there. So Lamar will snap it at some point.
Come on.
Waiting for him to snap it. And he'll hand it off again. He'll take it himself. Lamar will take it himself. And he's going to get right back to where Hill had finished last time, around 36-37. And another injured Texan is down with 12:20 to go. And not helpful right now. But again, it's insult to injury at this point for the Texans.
Pretty much.
Disappointing. A tough tackle there, right there. It might have been helmet. Yeah, helmet to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder almost on that. So interesting play again. Lamar not going down to slide, as he never seems to do. But so Ravens just waiting. We're going to take an injury timeout. We'll stay right here for this one. But with 12 minutes to go, Ravens have the ball. Now just trying to close out the game. We're gonna probably see them run the ball a lot on this drive. If they get any kind of points, this game's way over.
Yeah,
it's probably over anyway, especially with the Ravens probably running the clock a lot. But we shall see how it all goes. So we talked about at the top of the broadcast how each of the keys to the game. What have you seen in both teams in what they have done throughout this game?
You know what? It's Baltimore's defense that's been playing a huge role in this game. And Texans, mistakes here and there, they're losing. And it's really playing it right now on the scoreboard. And, it's a big missed opportunity for Houston. They can't stop Lamar Jackson. It's pretty much what their narrative is in this game. And, for the Baltimore or for the Houston offensive side, she just got deal with a lot of pressure, and there's nothing you can do about that. And with the Ravens defense playing as well as they have today, it's just that's the narrative that's been going around here.
Mm-hmm. Right. So we'll have to see how I guess the game finishes out. It looks like the Ravens will be hosting next week at 3:00. It sounds like the AFC Championship game at 3:00, 3 p.m. next Sunday, and now it comes down to tomorrow night. The Chiefs and the Bills. The winner of that will head to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And if by some miracle the Texans do come back, they will head to either Kansas City or Buffalo, depending on the winner.
I wish, unfortunately, unless they have some chance. Could have been nice.
Well, a turnover that would change a lot of things. But the only source of the offense, as we're back, Barquez is back. But the only source of offense so far has been that punt return. I shouldn't say even offense, but there you go. Second half, the difference. As Baltimore's already gotten 14 points in the second half, 11 minutes of possession, 162 yards, and 20 plays. The Texans have run 12 plays, but they've only gotten 32 yards and about 6 minutes of possession. So not too much there. Under 12 to go as clock is running again. Play clock down under 10. First and 10. Again, only current team to never win a road playoff game are the Texans. So sadly enough, that will probably continue. Flip to Gus Edwards. Edwards is going to get nothing. As he's going to stay stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down. And is there a Ravens player down now, or is he just needing help getting up? Probably needing help getting up. But there's we talked about it a lot earlier. The bracket that's left, the 4 games this weekend, 3 after this one, and tonight's Packers and 49ers game. And Gus Edwards seemed like he was a little shaken up after the game. After that last play, so he's going to be checked out. That would be big if they lost him for some reason to like a concussion or something. As another handoff, this one's probably Justin Hill. There's a big hole for him, and he's going to get down to it is Justin Hill just past the 50-yard line to the Houston 49 for about 15, 16 yards, and the run game for Baltimore continues to be a problem for Houston.
Yep. Yeah, that's what's been going on here. Ravens are just running out the clock out. This game's pretty much over.
Exactly.
It's kind of getting boring for me. But it's Baltimore. They've been doing what they've been doing all season. By the way, both number 1
Justice Hill, excuse me.
Yeah. So, by the way, both number 1 seeds both advanced to the Super Bowl last year. We'll see if that continues. And everyone's talking about the script and the NFL with the Super Bowl.
We'll see.
Both colors in it.
As Justin Hill takes off for another couple of yards, about 3 there. As second down and 7, coming up with 10 minutes. We're hitting the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter. 10 minutes still left to go in this game. But again, that clock's just going to keep winding down as Baltimore is really not going to put the ball in the air. Only 21 pass attempts for Lamar tonight. 15 completed, 144 yards, 2 passing TDs. And he's also had 92 rushing yards with his rushing TD. So he's been excellent tonight for Baltimore. And some of those throws have been threading the needle kind of thing.
Yeah.
As here's another run, and there's third string now as he gets into the game. As they're gonna probably start pulling the starters maybe a little bit here.
Is that Dalvin Cook? I think that's Dalvin Cook.
That might be Dalvin Cook, which is kind of funny. But he's probably only in the game because Gus Edwards was a little shaken up as they've been using Edwards and Hill only. And Dalvin Cook's first run goes for almost 25 yards, and he got a hole there. But Dalvin Cook, a nice pickup due to the running back situation that the Ravens were struggling with. Right at the end of that season, he had Dalvin Cook. He's had 2 snaps. It was his first rush, and it was for 19 yards down to the Houston 27. He's going to get the ball again, and he's going to go for maybe 5 or 6, and it'll be second down again. As the Ravens are simply just running the ball. That's all they're doing. And now we're just waiting for this game to end, basically.
Move on to the next game.
But there's Dalvin Cook, over 8,000 career scrimmage yards, which is he's been around for a while, and they just got over 200 yards with his 19-yard rush on previous play. 209 rushing yards to 31 for Houston. That's been the difference here. That rushing game, Singletary hasn't been able to go anywhere for Houston. Back to Dalvin Cook again. He's going to get nothing, and he's going to go backwards for probably only lose a yard on that one. It'll be third down with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's just been
tackle.
It's been the Russian show for the Ravens. We can just put it like that.
Yep. Yeah, and I think they're
pretty much all season it's been like that.
I was gonna say it led the NFL as Dalvin Cook now comes back out of the game. It looks like probably Justice Hill will probably take back over. The play selection of this drive, 8 rushing, no pass. I don't know if they're really going to pass the ball. Unless it's like a screen or a quick play. They're running down the club. There you go. There's a pass. It is a quick play to Zay Flowers, and Zay Flowers is going to go down. I believe he was just trying to get around the Houston defense, but yeah, as he gained probably about 15 yards on that play. Grenard again with the tackle. John Harbaugh talking to his offense about something. I don't know what it's about. There's something going on, and it seems like also Houston and as a good play there, nice play by Flowers there. But instead of going straight, he tried to go back, and I believe I don't know what happened to Zay Flowers on that play, but it seemed like he was either trying to go back. With or if he like slipped or like I don't know what really happened there. 4 for 41 for Zay Flowers tonight. 1st and 10 from the Houston 13. They'll give the ball off again. Justice Hill, and he was tripped up at the 6-yard line. A gain of about 6 or 7 with 6.5 to go. And Houston probably just called their first time out, I'm assuming.
I don't think so. It looks like
Ravens had already used their timeout earlier. So Houston, calls their first timeout and was set at 2nd and 5 at the Houston, I believe, 8-yard line. So they're inside the 10 now. And at this point, Houston they shouldn't be calling their timeouts. This game is, if they get in the end zone, this game's over.
Yeah.
Like, they really should not be calling their timeouts. I guess it is a strategic play because you're technically still in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ravens get in the end zone one more time, you're out of the game. You're down by 3 score with 6 minutes to go. With the Ravens' run game playing amazing, plus they just again, which means that they can drain the clock without a problem.
Pretty much.
So 2nd and 5 from the Houston 8. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. And reminder, we have we will show actually at the next commercial break, because I almost forgot to show it, of our upcoming schedule coming up. And we might have some couple of changes, but we'll keep you updated through my Instagram and just in general throughout the broadcast. Is Lamar going to take it himself? Lamar's going to try to get it in himself. He will walk right in. And for the second time tonight, Lamar Jackson is going to go right into the tunnel as well. Lamar Jackson will run right into the end zone. 8-yard rushing touchdown with 6:20 to go in the 4th quarter. And the Ravens have a 20-point lead, 30-10.
Yeah, it's been all Baltimore today. Another very, very long drive.
7-minute drive. 7-10. 11 plays, 78 yards. They had to go pretty far from their own 18-yard line on that. I'm sorry, the 22-yard line.
Someone's going to have to stop this running defense. Running offensive team.
That's going to be the key next week for either Buffalo or Kansas City is can they stop Lamar and Gus Edwards as the extra point is kicked through from Justin Tucker with 6:20 to go. We'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll show you the schedule of our upcoming broadcast as well as finish off this game as 31-10. Baltimore leads, 6:20 to go in the 4th quarter. We'll be back on the Normal Sports Master YouTube channel. Welcome back to Baltimore as the Ravens and Texans just finishing off this game really now 31-10. Ravens lead with 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Another Lamar Jackson touchdown. Lamar Jackson now has the most playoff games with 100 plus rushing yards by a QB. That's 3. And that's very, very impressive for anybody really, but a big stat for Lamar and the Ravens. As they lead 31-10. Justin Tucker kicks it off again, return from the goal line for Houston. And Steven Sims will try to do something with it, and he's going to get all the way down to near the 30-yard line, I believe the 29-yard line, as well as, the weekend before the Super Bowl, as always, is the Pro Bowl. And that's the first weekend in February. Yeah, nobody watches that.
Nobody watches that.
Not important weekend basically for football. It's just a week off. It begins the Super Bowl week with all the media stuff, as well as right before the Super Bowl on February 8th at 9 p.m. the NFL honors on CBS.
NFL Network also.
Yes. So from their own 29, and we have a stoppage here.
Well, while we have that stoppage, we actually can look at the betting lines with the point spread.
All right.
San Francisco, Green Bay. San Francisco favorite now up to 10-point favorites tonight against Green Bay at home, which is not surprising. But the surprising thing is, it looks like we might have a challenge.
Is John Harbaugh really challenging something right now? It looks like John Harbaugh and the Ravens are challenging or something. And by the way, hi Spencer. I hope you're doing well as well. What is John Harbaugh challenging? Is he challenging something along the lines of like, did he fumble or something? Let's see.
No,
he's down. Okay, the ball is loose a little bit, but his elbow hits before the ball is loose. Oh, the ball is coming loose there, and then it comes fully out. Is John Harbaugh really challenging that? That's so obvious that's a horrible challenge from John Harbaugh. I don't understand that at all. Look how quick. Okay, well let's see.
Even the ref is making some weird thing. Look at that.
Look how quick that was. There's no way that down by contact. So Houston, I believe, is going to keep the ball. They should. Notable offensive rookie of the year candidates, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud, I mean, without a doubt. Puka Nacua made a really good name for himself, as well as Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Laporta. We'll see them both tomorrow afternoon in Detroit against Tampa. And Ravens lose their second timeout as well after they lost the challenge. Houston has it 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. 6:14 to go. And Stroud is going to escape the pocket, going toward the sideline, and is going to throw it. Almost caught, but it would have been out to Nico Collins, but it was out of bounds anyway, so it won't matter as it'll be 2nd and 10 with 6:07 to go. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, we can talk about the Detroit Lions and other games.
Yeah, might as well, since we mentioned Laporta and for the betting lines, at least for the Lions game, at least.
Yeah, and this thing nobody knows that the Ravens are about to win because they already put down the lines for the Bills if the Bills or Chiefs win. That's funny.
Interesting.
But anyways, the Detroit Lions, we can talk about that more.
Stroud gets it. And a deep pass, and he overthrew his receiver at this point. I feel like they're trying to purposely give it back to the Ravens so they can run out the clock. There's a flag in the field. It might. So maybe that's why he overthrew. It might have been it's defensive holding.
Nope, offensive holding.
Offensive holding. Oh, you're right. So offensive holding. So now we're just going to push them back 10 yards. Or it's going to be 3rd down. Honestly, I would, at this point, Shaq Mason with the holding. Honestly, at this point, if I'm John Harbaugh, I'm like, decline it. 3rd down. And that is a good call. It is a hold on Shaq Mason, number 69 for the Houston Texans.
Yep. But It'll go back to the
2nd and 20.
We'll go back to the Detroit Tampa Bay game. It's going to be a 6.5 point favorite for the Detroit Lions on the betting lines, on FanDuel at least. And the Bills game, still holding true at -2.5. So it can go either way, obviously, with that game.
Yep.
And Tampa Bay game, I think Tampa Bay covered. It'll be a 3-point game. Lions win.
We'll see. 6:02 to go in the fourth. By the way, that was a 10th penalty as a quick pass, about 5 or 6 yards to Woods. And it'll be a third down. Texans are the only current team to ever play in a conference championship game, as well as their 10th penalty. That last penalty was their 10th penalty, which is a team playoff record.
Oh,
and the team
and we're about to have their
we're gonna have a false start on Houston, and yet another miscellaneous penalty for Houston, and we'll see what that is. But it's a false start on the Texans. Once again, Laramie Tunzel with another penalty against his name. 5:41 to go. It's 3rd and 19 now instead of 3rd and 14. They would have been short of the marker anyway. But 3rd and 19, 5:41 to go. You give the Ravens the ball back one more time, and they'll possibly run out the rest of the clock. Texans only have 2 more timeouts, and the Ravens have 1. From their own 20, 3rd and 19, C.J. Stroud steps back, fires across the middle, fires to number 33. He's going to get actually a lot of yards, but he's still going to be short of the first down by probably about 7 or 8. It'll be 4th down. The clock will run. They're going to punt it away probably. I mean, they may go for it here because their season's over. If they don't, so 4th and 6, or they might concede. We shall see. But again, Mike McDonald's, they are going to go for it. Ravens defense has been amazing. From their own 33, Stroud's going to go, and he's going to overthrow Dalton Schultz again. Not really that close, and now with 5:04 to go in the fourth quarter, Ravens will take over in Houston territory once again.
Kneel out the clock or whatever.
Well, they can't kneel it yet. There's only 5 minutes left.
Clock, I should say.
Yeah. And the Ravens may or may not get in the end zone one more time because they are close enough that, depending on how much time they take to get in the end zone, as we've seen from them, they take a lot of time to move down the field. But a 31-10 lead for Baltimore. 5:04 to go in the final quarter. And yeah, almost at this point, if you're the Ravens, you're resting your main guys. As the defense has done an excellent job tonight. Looks like Lamar and them are still out there. Zay Flowers are all still out there. So, but handoff to might be Dalvin Cook again.
I think it is.
And it's a gain of about 4 for Dalvin Cook. We're under 5 to go in the game. A game recap, Lamar Jackson, and first it was 3-3 for a while, and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens scored the first touchdown, but then Steven Sims with the punt return, and that's at halftime.
Celebration too.
Yeah, and 10-10 halftime, but then Lamar Jackson just took it from there. A rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown to Isaiah Likely, and then another rushing touchdown, as the run game, as we've mentioned so many times, has been the big factor in this game for Baltimore, as they lead 31-10.
And they keep Lamar Jackson still in the game too.
Yep, they have all the starters seem like without a problem still in the game. There's the career in the playoffs. The first 4 games, I mean, just wasn't there, and tonight he's been amazing. Yeah, he's been the Lamar Jackson, the MVP Lamar Jackson, the MVP caliber Lamar Jackson. From the Houston 29, Dalvin Cook will get maybe a yard, and it'll be 3rd down, as Houston, by the way, used their second timeout initially on that last play, and they'll use their final timeout here. So Houston has no more timeouts, and Baltimore still has 1 with 4:53 to go in the final quarter. As now it's just, again, like we keep saying, run up the clock.
Yeah. So it looks like pretty much sealed it. So Ravens are going to be hosting next week in the AFC Championship game, 3 o'clock CBS against the winner of the Bills.
Bills and Chiefs, yep. So one of those teams is going to travel to Baltimore. And that will be very interesting seeing, again, like we mentioned so many times before, next week, whoever wins that game will have to stop Lamar and Gus Edwards and that run game.
Yep.
I mean, 226 rushing yards in total is insane.
Yep.
Insane. From the 28, Little flip, and that's Justice Hill back in the
Just
game,
terrific blocking.
and he's going to get near the first down marker, I believe, short of it. Clock will continue to run. It'll be 4th and 2, I believe, at the 25-yard line. We'll see if they go for it or if they just kick the field goal. I would say go for it and try to get the first down to keep the clock moving and everything.
Right.
And keep the ball in your hands anyway. Or they might use that final timeout anyway. Try to jump them offside because they've had it happen a couple times today. 4th and 3 at the Houston 26, and there's 7 seconds on the play clock, so they're probably not going to snap it here. Let's see if they do. With 4:08 to go, they are going to snap it. It would have tossed to Hill. Hill's going to get the first down and stay in bounds. He might have gotten out of bounds. With 4:02 to go, down to near the 21-yard line. And now with that first down, now you really can run out the clock as much as you can. You get one more first down, and you just kneel the ball then from then on. So this game is truly over. That was a big first down officially for the Baltimore Ravens. And there you go. There's Nick Cassiero, the Texans EVP and general manager. So, yeah, from the 21-yard line, 1st and 10, play clock winding down once again, hand off to Dalvin Cook. Cook's going to get maybe 2, and it'll be 2nd down here for the Ravens. Texans will have to regroup. They have a very strong team. It's going to be an interesting battle next year. The AFC South. We've talked about it on the podcast. We've talked about it a lot of times.
Especially with your Colts, too.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be Texans and Colts for the AFC South, and the Jaguars will be in there, but I think it's going to be mainly Texans and Colts because both teams have very promising futures for next season, definitely.
The interesting part is, what is Tennessee going to do? Where
Tennessee's a mess.
I know they're a massive mess,
without
but I don't know where the heck they go.
As a flip to Dalvin Cook's going to go backwards for probably about 4 or 5 yards here. With 3 minutes to go, it'd be 3rd and long here. Lamar not happy with maybe a play call there or something with John Harbaugh. There's the Ravens owner looking on in happiness, basically.
You don't look too happy in that video.
Well, I think he's cold. I think he's cold and is like, can we just have this game over? We've won, okay? As we're under 3 minutes to go, this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning of the 4th quarter. As we're finally down to the 2-minute warning of the 4th quarter. 3rd and 11 for Baltimore as they got to snap the ball real quick right before Dalvin Cook again. He's going to go backwards again. And they're going to be at the Houston 25 with a 4th down. Now they're definitely going to kick the field goal.
And they'll probably take it to the 2-minute warning, too.
And they will take it to the 2-minute warning. So we're going to be at the 2-minute warning with Baltimore leading 31-10, 2 minutes away from them officially hosting the AFC Championship game next week. Ravens playoff history, they're 1-0 against Kansas City all time, and they're 0-1 against Buffalo all time. They defeated the Chiefs in the wild card, killed them in the 2010 wild card 30-7, but lost to the Bills 17-3 in the 2020 divisional
very late
game. They were in Buffalo, so that was the difference, and I believe they were home in the 2010 wild card.
That's right.
Again, but so tough loss for the Texans as we're at the 2-minute warning, and we're going to take just a quick little break, and we'll return for the final 2 minutes. 2-minute warning, 31-10. We'll be back on the Noel Sports Master YouTube channel. Welcome back to Baltimore. And coming up, just to finish off our broadcast, will be the
49ers.
final
Packers.
minutes. Final minutes of this broadcast will be the post-game show. Well, a small little post-game show for this game as we get set for the next game, which is coming up at 8:15. Justin Tucker with a 43-yard attempt. He's 1 for 1 today, making a 57. I believe it was a long one. As this one will go right down the middle, and the Ravens have a 34-10 lead, 3-score and a little more lead with 1:56 to go in the final quarter.
At least we have some score for to clear out for this, I guess. But
yeah,
it's all
Texans
just
get the
Ravens.
ball back. Hopefully they. The Texans are gonna just throw the ball in incomplete passes and not, because the Ravens can just kneel it down when they get the ball back. But maybe the Texans are merciful and just start earning the ball and start giving up, because they literally have nothing else to
play for.
Yeah. So we shall see what happens here. Yeah. Yep. Ravens.
No.
That's Peyton Manning. Yeah.
What's he doing there?
He's just watching the Ravens game. I don't know. Peyton Manning is in Baltimore, hanging out, watching the Ravens game. That's pretty cool. With Jim Harbaugh, yeah. Just hanging out, hanging out, being chilly. Probably it's probably cold there, but
the last time
he's also used
to
to
the championship
Denver.
game was, I think they played against Peyton Manning.
That was the double. That's the thing they just showed, the double overtime win in Denver.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To send them to the Super Bowl in 2012, I believe that was. As a squib kick there from the Ravens.
Take one time off the clock.
As there, they lost the ball. And I believe the Ravens might have just fallen on it, which would end the game. Thank you. Let's hope the Ravens fell on it at this point just to end this game. But the Texans, it is Texans ball, and of course they get the ball back. Wow. I mean, right at the end of that play, a little return there, a squib kick, knocks it out. That's Harrison, I believe, knocked it out of Pierce's hand.
And Pierce? Really? No, that can't be him.
It's Pierce. I don't know what the first name is, but could be. But knocked it out of his hand, and the Ravens fell almost on it. It was a little pile further. There was like 3 Ravens there, but Pierce, I believe, fell back on it. So from the own 30-yard line with 1:50 to go in the fourth quarter, C.J. Stroud and the Texans. And they are going to hand it off, so they're going to end this game, gain of about 3 or 4 for the Texans. Running back, their backup running back, I believe, or maybe even third string at this point.
Probably.
As they're going to let this clock wind down. Lamar looking on.
Yeah, it's a shame the Texas season has to end, but give so much credit to D'Amico Ryans and his coaching staff. C.J. Stroud, what an outstanding year for him. Definitely going to be probably Rookie of the Year, unless Puka Nacua steals that away, but probably Puka Nacua. Actually, I don't even think you can do that. You can have a offense. Well, who knows? But probably can't be any
C.J. Stroud, quick pass to Nico Collins. He's going to get the first down, stay in bounds. He will down to about the 43-yard line. Just a quick pass there, and we're under a minute. Probably one more play will be run.
Probably 2 more plays.
Where they they only technically need to run one more play if they stay in bounds here. So one more play, and the Ravens will officially go to the AFC Championship game for the first time since 2012.
Yeah.
As we just talked about, Peyton Manning being there and their last appearance in Denver. As they'll hand the ball off, and that will basically do it. Gain of about 3, as 26 seconds will run off the clock, and John Harbaugh will bring these Baltimore Ravens with yet another big win. First time since 2012. Fifth time ever in the AFC Championship game, and the Ravens will now wait to see who they host, either the Bills or the Chiefs. As there you go, it's a final in Baltimore. 4-3, 2-1. It's over in Baltimore as they win 34-10. The final score here, and just a just a frustrating loss for the Houston Texans tonight.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I kind of expected it. That somewhere down the line that the Texans, season was going to come to an end. It's unfortunate because they had a great run. I would have loved to see them in the championship game because that would have done tomorrow's game even more important. And plus, it would have ruined the script of the NFL. but the script, but anyways, the script of the NFL Super Bowl potentially is staying alive, at least for right now. We'll see what happens tonight with 49ers and Green Bay. But
Yep.
anyways, just to be real here, Ravens defense actually balled out here. That's pretty much the only thing you have to really summarize things up. Lamar Jackson, he balled out again. 2 rushing touchdowns for him. Texas defense, they were going after him at the end of the first half, and that was pretty much the only pressure they got in this game. So pretty much a good game for the Houston, good game for the Baltimore Ravens, and unfortunately, sucks to see D'Amico Ryan's run come to an end. But they're going to be back for sure.
Oh, they'll be back, and it's going to be interesting to see again what the AFC South is going to look like next year.
Yeah.
A lot of promising teams besides Titans, but Colts and Texans are going to be battling out. Lamar Jackson had an excellent day. He's going to be a threat next week at home, either against Buffalo or Kansas City. And we shall see.
Or actually play it against.
Yeah. That's what I said against. Or I meant anyway, against Buffalo or Kansas City. And just before we end the broadcast, there you go. There's your upcoming schedule. Tonight, Green Bay and San Francisco. Tomorrow, the 2 NFL games. And then the rest of next week. Again, next Friday, no broadcast as well. And a lot of late games, but a lot of good games upcoming this week.
Yep.
Well, that's going to do it for us, as there's your final score between the Ravens and the Houston Texans. Thank you for watching the broadcast, and we will see you in a little bit, as the next broadcast is going to start up in about 20 to 30 minutes. For me, I'm Andrew Knoll, Brian Patota, and we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your night.
Peace out.